If you never dated a Latina, do not advise me in relationships, nigga. Latinas are different. If you never dated a Latina, you never had a Latina in your life, stop talking to me about, yo, you should do this, because this is what girls like. You never dated a Latina, nigga. Stop advising me at any type of relationship I want to have with a Latina, nigga.
We're going to take all the breeding age females and bring them to Las Vegas, and I'll distribute them to the men who have changed their names to Corey. Yeah! No kings, no presidents, no senators, just Corey. I don't need to sleep. I don't use currency. I'm not a part of this time.
I used to be 2 Corys, now I'm 1.
Oh.
What are you guys into? What do you do?
We're tech.
Yeah. That's all going away. Currency, everything. We're going to flip into a new society.
What do you do?
I'm outside of space and time. Change your name to Corey. After that, you will be executed. If you don't change your name to Corey in 3 months, you're going to be executed.
Pure. I think your fans are going to love this.
No, they are. They are, because they don't get to see me like this all the time.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled ain't fat no more. You know, I told you in the studio, this the no filter count. They think this shit is normal. It's not. It takes a lot of hard work. So I decided, you know what I mean? Okay.
No, he ain't hitting the grocery store.
They don't believe in us, huh? God did.
Blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither.
Okay, I'm about to start my first stream. How's it going, everybody? Oh, okay, I'm getting swatted. They're coming in my home from top left window. Nice. Oh, they shot my dog. Okay, my childhood dog is dead. Okay, now I'm in prison. I'm rolling with the crew now. Nice. They asked me to hide a blunt object in my asshole. Okay. Alright, I'm moving up in rank. Nice. Just did my first hit. Okay, I'm in a prison riot, nice. Okay, I've acquired a high level of respect from the OGs. Okay, they released me after years of solitary confinement. Oh, I'm getting a phone call from the inside. Okay, the shot caller just threatened to kill my family, nice. I'm purposely going back into prison. I'm back in prison. I took out the boss, nice. Okay, I am now the boss. This is my life now. GG's.
Have fun not making $1 million. You're right. Have fun being right and broke. Have fun being right and broke. Have fun. You're right. You have the most right mind. Smartest boy in the room. Have fun being broke forever.
Broski, the market is so red, I thought my MacBook was bleeding.
This is the end, cuz. Yesterday I was a millionaire, today I'm a slumdog.
This is not a dip, this is a black hole.
I'm selling everything, I'm
They
down.
have no idea. This is not a black hole, this is the beginning of a big bang.
Why is Broski not panicking with us?
Yeah, why is he so unfazed? Have you checked your wallet, cuz?
The crypto is down 85%.
Allow him, broski, he's still in denial.
Is it down by 85%? Or is it 85% off?
Oh shit. Nah, gang, not the hustler mindset.
Not the hustler mindset.
Bro said
it's
you
not a crash,
can't
it's a
change the
discount.
circumstances, but you can change your mentality.
Remember, brothers, the market sends his toughest battles to his most financially literate soldiers. When the Nasdaq falls, will you give up? Or remember that no amount of setbacks defeat a qualified mind? You see a dip and start to sell, but I remember that sudden emotions lack logic. Down isn't permanent. So I invest more into the S&P because I was born to struggle and persist.
Nah, man, them. How does he do
This
it?
guy knows something. Broski, was you in the board meeting with Donald Trump? So tell me, brothers, when the crops go dry, will you sell your land or sow more seeds, knowing that the harvest will always return?
He's really got that hustler mindset. Bro's got that JP Morgan mentality. That's that quarter-zip discipline, cuz. Yeah, gang. Yeah, a few individuals that make it out, cuz. This guy's one of them.
I knew a motherfucker who was so ass at trading that this nigga became good at trading from literally doing the opposite of what the fuck he was gonna do, gang. That's how shitty that nigga was at trading. That every decision that nigga made, the stock literally did the opposite every single time. And so what this nigga started to do was literally, instead of him going with his first thought, he would do the opposite of what his first thought was, and that nigga would hit every time, gang. That's how that nigga became profitable, bro. I swear to God, bro. Think about it, gang. So that nigga literally became profitable from sucking ass at trading. Bro, I swear to God, bro, I'm not trolling, gang. I'm dead ass, bro. That nigga just had the worst luck in the market, bro. So what he started to do was, if his first thought was calls, that nigga would play a put and hit on that bitch, bro. That nigga ran it up off that shit, bro. I swear to God, to this day. To this day, bro, that nigga is a beast at trading from sucking ass, bro. Hey!
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
These bitches are selling pussy. These bitches are absolutely selling pussy, my guy. If she has 15,000 followers on Instagram, like 7 posts, she's selling pussy. If she has a nicer car than you and you're not really sure what she does for work, what do you think she does for work? If she owns anything Chanel, she's selling pussy, dog. If she's an 8 or above, there is a 33% chance that she is selling pussy, has sold pussy, or will sell pussy. This is probably the reason why she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, because she can't afford it. She's become accustomed to this lifestyle. Now she has to sell pussy. She's put herself in a hostage situation with herself. They're slanging the cooch. If they're not explicitly selling pussy, they're in so many words selling pussy. If you are trying to date beautiful women in 2020, you're gonna pay your one currency or another. Your time, your attention, fucking suffering, sacrificing your fucking dignity. What a lot of guys do. I'll tell you this. The better you are with game, the less you gotta pay.
For a dime piece that could cook me an omelet, blow my balls, press my pants, and then tell me to have a good day on the way to work. You know what I mean? Not a stripper that is a little tired herself. As long as you come home with every dollar you made and put it right there on the counter, we can work something out. But I'm not. You're not going to go renegade. You ain't going to go sell pussy strip and not give me the money and expect me to fuck you and eat your pussy. That shit is sweatier than a horse's ass after a horse race.
Women.
The female orgasm doesn't matter.
The only way to get lean is to take Ozempic or Retta. This is not a psyop. I let Big Pharma decide what I take for my health. You must listen to Big Pharma. They know what's best for me and my genetics. That's why they fund the FDA. It's for our safety. Yay! This reel was approved by the FDA.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? You know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Dollar Cost Crypto. Ask Me Anything. 196. Bull market history. We're about to, I guess, take a trip in my magic spaceship down memory lane.
Yeah, I was gonna say add the down memory lane part, but yeah, man, like going over all of cryptocurrency's history, they say, you know, if you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat it. So we're going to be talking about that, but then also kind of how that relates to the current market, also markets going forward as Wall Street comes into the fold. That'll change the wrinkles of the game, essentially.
That's right. I'm joined by Charlie from Cultivate Crypto.
Where's the applause button when you need it?
Do we actually have it? Oh,
no.
there you go.
Yeah, the resounding applause.
Yeah.
But what do you call it?
Hello, Zin. I know you're here, bro.
Oh boy. Yeah. So yeah, no, we're looking forward to this episode where we can say some
Kyle's also
interesting
back.
Stories.
Kyle's also back.
I'm alive. Yeah.
You've given me so much power, Kyle.
I could take the power away.
No. But yeah, Kyle's back. I'm feeling better. Kyle's feeling better. I think, Charlie, you feeling better now?
Yeah, actually. I mean, what do you call it? Last night, basically, I won't go into detail, but what do you call it? Yeah, being around this coughing dude for like freaking a week straight. I took the IV straight to the veins, and now I feel great, actually. But for about the last half day, I was like, you son of a bitch.
You feeling the shakes? Going through withdrawals. But in breaking news, the House has passed a bill banning the people of the House, and even if it passes in the Senate as well, from insider trading.
And then it has to get signed by the president. And then he's just like, one day he's just like, nah.
So let me show you one of my favorite pages on Twitter, man. It's incredible. Nancy Pelosi stock trader tracker. It's one of my favorite pages on here, you guys. You definitely should have a follow. Right? Breaking: the House just passed a congressional stock trading ban. 217 Republicans voted in support, while 198 Democrats voted against. The bill now goes to Senate.
Interesting. Blow up the picture. Because you can see there was not one Republican nay. Interesting.
Damn.
And only 13 Democrat yays. Oof. I mean,
that's actually kind of crazy.
You know what's interesting? Is just like politics is cyclical, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go back to when
slavery?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say when Lincoln was president. Yeah. When Lincoln was president, he's Republican.
Yes.
Right. And I would say some of his, leanings are more progressive, more democratic, as that party is now. But if you even go just within our lifetimes, right? You go back to the early 2000s and George Bush and Dick Cheney, Halliburton, all that bullshit. I mean, that was fucked up, right? That was just some crazy shit. But then now you go, and that was, there's a ton of, it's not insider trading, but it's essentially insider jobs, right? Yeah. Whichever way you want to take that, I guess. But then you go 20 years later, basically. And now you got the Democrats as the most fraudulent party, just in a totally different way. So it's like, they're getting creative enough to find new ways of fraud instead of actually fixing government and doing their job.
Right. I mean, it is kind of crazy. I mean, USAID gets taken away and hip hop's off the #1 charts and stuff. But there's a whole lot of weird kind of things going on in the economy right now. But I wonder. I mean, they should still be allowed to like buy an ETF, of course, or something like for retirement purposes and stuff. But yeah, if you're on the I don't know, the Board of Oil and Gas as an example, and then you start buying Chevron stock mysteriously. Like it's a lot, even though the Republicans voted against this, it was the hottest stock in the last few weeks was Chevron, and it was all Republicans buying it. So, and it's done very well as of recently, especially with this possible new pipeline that Chevron's going to be doing across Iraq.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at that. So crash down. The crash right there, that crash right there is exactly when they started buying it right there. July 2nd. I started talking about this early July. Look at this. How much of a climb was that? From
30%?
$65 to $95. That's a huge move in the stock.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
and this shit pays 4%
15%.
dividend. So when we saw it, because the price was lower, actually, Kyle, just share your yeah, thank you. Dude, this IV made me feel great, man. You got to get IV, bro. And when we do the Crypto Mindset meetup, man, the IV lady will be there.
Yeah, I mean, one thing she told me today, which was interesting, if you're looking at the NADs and stuff like that, I mean, literally it's just a way to replace or a way to add, positive cells,
correct,
to your body, basically, which you used to do naturally. I forgot what age she said you stop producing NADs, right? In your brain.
NAD. Yeah, the NAD levels. Basically, it just goes down quite a lot. By 40, you're at 50%.
I think she said at one point, as you hit adulthood, you're at 0%. You stop making them all together. But she said, basically, the plaque in the brain that ends up leading to stuff like Alzheimer's, if you take, because she had that in her family, and she said, so she takes it once a month, basically to, basically break up the plaque in the brain. She also said people who are very, very busy and working a lot.
Ain't me.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Ain't us.
Ain't us.
Ain't us, yeah.
But what do you call it? She said, the more stress that you have, or the more that type of thing, or whatever, you also get like plaque or whatever in your brain from that. So
definitely,
she said, yeah, I mean that's probably a good thing to.
The dividend is literally at 369. The Fibonacci number, literally.
Nice.
But when it was at the low, that dividend was at 4.1%.
Okay,
that was a good dividend. So right now, you're getting a 4% dividend on top of that, of like that nice gain right there. That's big money, man. That's big money in stock market, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you have tens of millions, hundreds of millions on the line, maybe even billions for some people, right? Like, Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting in on a little of that.
I mean, a little. Hey! That song's very important to me.
Mhm.
But that's crazy. I mean, but like obviously, I mean, they probably are voting for this as like it's almost like a I'm grandstanding here. I'm on my soapbox because they know the Senate's not going to pass it.
Yeah,
Like I mean, literally, it was like it would have been so incredible if it was 100% Republican voted, 0 Democrat. Like, hey, because they have to have done it. Like, hey, we're doing this. Like, we can be like. So we have our moral high ground right now for a second, and it's like we'll let you shit it down later.
Well, yeah, and the House also passed the Clarity Act already. It's up to the Senate to get the next one through, right? So that is the hard one,
right? That's my tune, Miguel. Hey, I know. Shit, man. Oh, I have some other great ones, but I can't play them. Like the copyright on YouTube is ridiculous, man. Yeah, Kyle is with the crispy. The camera angles are back, man. That's right. They're crispy. But
don't have a seizure.
Yeah, don't have a seizure. I'll have you bring up my screen again. Let me share something real quick.
Yeah, of course.
I got a Ricola Max now, thanks to you. Goddamn.
Where is it here? Oh, did I not save it? Look at that. Beautiful. Well, anyways, wow, did I not save? Son of a bitch. Oh well, I mean it is what it is. But basically, what I was gonna show was that they had basically added kind of like an addendum on top of it, an ethics part of it, that the president and anyone in his cabinets essentially can't endorse a crypto while in office and stuff. Doesn't sound crazy,
but the
it's
thing that the Democrats are pissed off, or not pissed off, the thing that they don't like is that Trump had the enforcement under the Department of Justice instead of the Attorney General.
Right.
Which I guess the Democrats think the Department of Justice is more likely to be
like pro president.
Yeah, well, basically manipulated,
right?
Compared to attorney generals. I don't know.
I mean, when I had Bobby Kennedy in office, when I had Bobby Kennedy doing it, I mean,
what about it?
You know, when Bobby Kennedy was like, and then his brother was also the president.
Yeah,
they were saying the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Is there still going to be a dip when the Clarity Act is passed? Not when it's passed, but I would say like there's going to be something when it's going to be rejected. But like,
yeah, I mean, I think when it gets passed, it's going to be really interesting because all of a sudden you're going to get a lot of volatility. Absolutely, get a lot of volatility. You could, I don't think passing the Clarity Act would tank the market, but I do think you could get like a 2-day decent dip.
Right.
Maybe price goes down like. For Bitcoin specifically, let's say 7 to 8% in a day or two, and everybody's like, right? And then right after that, basically we stabilize and we go up from the news as well, because once the Clarity Act does pass, it'll have domino effects for other news to come up, basically. And so the other news that will come up will be like, now because of this, right? BlackRock is doing XYZ, and so you're going to see more rollout of what Wall Street projects, they want to tout at this stage. But right now, we only have the early movers, the fast, the nimble, the smartest, I think, of Wall Street in on crypto. You had BlackRock come in 2024. Then you had some of the crypto-related funds like Grayscale and Kathy Woods' ARK Invest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not pure crypto, but she has enough voice in it, I would say, that I'd kind of look at her as that. Jimmy says, "What's wrong with my hand?" No, I just took an IV.
Blood sacrifice.
So that blood sacrifice. Because Miguel got me sick. You can blame his ass.
Real ball, no.
Just because you have a compromised immune system,
dude. I fought that shit up for like a week straight, and I almost made it out. But no, just got the it's like basically vitamins and
electrolytes and
stuff. All that stuff to just like flush out bad shit.
It's really good. It's honestly good. If you ever feel like you're getting a little under the weather,
yeah, I did
get you out.
I did it when I had like a bit of a sore throat or cough, like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And like what it did was it stopped the sickness from progressing.
Mm-hmm.
and then over. So it's kind of like if you look at the chart, like you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and then boom, goes sideways a bit, right? And then okay, now you're starting to get healthy again. So that's kind of what it is.
Trend's not really going to help you get out of a sickness, really.
I got in a fight with the YouTube moderators. Like, give me my fucking channel back.
But so let me answer this question. Hey, long time watcher, man. The great man. If I purchase a course on or before the 28th, how long do I have to get into the crash out course? So you'll be able to get into it while you're in. If you already purchased, we are going to give you a chance to get in during the webinars, but there will be a point in time where we close it out. Basically, we just haven't decided just what time yet. Yeah, for the crash out. But also, there might be a point in time if we get enough people to get into crash out, we might end up actually closing it. If we hit a certain number, we might just like, you know what, that's big enough for the classes. We want the crash out to be a certain size and not get too like large, basically. So
yeah. And it's kind of like a a ratio with the course.
Correct.
So we'll see where it lands.
Absolutely. But
ratio trading everything in life, Miguel.
Since we're talking politics a little bit here, Kyle, share my screen.
I forgot even what I was saying before I went off trail and talked about this, and then I was like, "What the hell was I even talking about before that?" But anyways, we'll keep moving.
We got Channel 5 here with Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden.
Oh my!
And
crack addict.
Yeah.
Along with unapologetically racist asshole. Like
I said this that like Hunter was probably the only one I could see on the Democrat side.
Well, I mean,
Gavin,
okay, look at it like this. If I look at Hunter Biden and I'm like, you degenerate fucking nasty ass piece of shit, money laundering, like just scum, right? But then I look at his dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it any better? And then also just the capabilities of his dad when he was in office is basically weekend at Bernie's, right?
I got a crazy meme of Hunter, bro.
Yeah. But anyways, like, what do you call it? So it's like weekend at Bernie's, right?
Right.
So like you literally with Biden can't get any worse. So it's like, okay, the only thing the Democrats have to do to get this guy to run would be like, okay, because he's actually smart.
Yes.
Believe it or not, he's very intelligent. Smart. And so
good talker as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And so that's the key, right? So they're like, okay, clean up your image, go on a lot of podcasts, go on a run here for the next 1 year, get people to like you again.
Remember what podcast he's going on? Fully infiltrated podcast. Those podcasts are completely sold out.
Correct.
Like, and Nick Fuentes has been like.
And tomorrow, our special guest for the crypto mindset. We're like. So what we're trying to do here is
I'm actually going to pump.
Trump made $630 billion from his meme coin, so we got to make sure Hunter makes 1.2. Do a 2x on that. No.
So let's hear what.
But anyways, the last thing I was going to say was they just clean up his image and he can run again. The fact that he's more capable in terms of sound mind and everything than his dad was, I think. I mean, it's realistic how stupid politics has been in America, especially the last 10 years, 15. Well, I mean, you could argue a lot of different times, but with how ridiculous it is, like it's not beyond reason that it's possible. No.
And I'm like, and this is why I was like, it was so limited. I was like, it's going to be Hunter or like Gavin, but like Gavin is just looking less.
To be honest, if I have to choose between those two, I'm going Hunter, like because
it'd be funnier.
Well, it would be way funnier.
It'd just be funnier.
It would be way funnier.
Fuck Gavin Newsom.
But dude, Gavin Newsom, like if Hunter Biden's just a degenerate, nasty motherfucker, right? Gavin Newsom is basically like the devil incarnate. Like that guy is the first moment you look at him, his aura, as they say, right, is just dark. And I think a lot of people don't notice that because they like look at the clean cut image and they don't like get his like personality, but like I don't know, man. Like
Hunter fucks with the bitches, bro.
Yeah,
Hunter would share his crack pipe.
Hunter's more relatable.
You know what I'm saying?
He's more relatable.
Yeah. Like he'll smoke. He paints now,
and he's a better speaker. He's a guy like it's the same as Bush Jr. Right?
Right.
A guy you'd want to have a beer with, or a guy at the barbecue, right? Tell you fun stories.
That's a crazy barbecue, bro.
But I think that's the angle they would take.
No, let's not forget though, he was fucking his niece.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's just not forget. Let's not forget. Like,
like I said, he's a nasty
let's not
motherfucker.
forget.
He is.
It's fucking his niece.
Yeah.
Like raw dogging his niece.
Look at this picture. They're in all three different types of cuck chairs in a hotel room.
actually, that's not wrong. Good point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. What?
That memes go to this day.
Yeah.
And you want to ask me, why are you a Nazi?
Inclusion has been our greatest strength. Diversity has been our greatest strength.
White people do feel like we are being boxed out.
A 26-year-old white kid doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just
I said
said
the problem is crime, and we know who's doing the crime in Chicago.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
About the Holocaust thing?
Oh, about that. We get to say whatever we want on the internet. We get to deny the Holocaust. As far as Jews are concerned in general, I think that everybody in the country should be treated with dignity and respect and have their civil rights.
Like, what do you think about somebody like Mamdani?
Personally, I don't like him. Like, for example, on 4th of July, when he takes the opportunity to sit there with, let's be honest, not a single white person.
What about fucking Donald Trump? There's no ideological core to Donald Trump.
No, I agree with you.
Don Jr. got the largest loan ever given by the Department of Defense.
Vance owes his entire political career to Peter Thiel, whichever firm is the one to develop ASI, that could confer dictatorial-like powers upon the CEO of that company.
Everything that we think about the way in which we exist in the world completely changes.
Increasingly with Uber, Airbnb, banking apps, you can't live your life without the tech platform.
Everything that AI is built on is ours. That's what they're stealing from us. I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there. We can get there. Okay.
That's it's just because he's talking more modern language. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Look,
he's younger.
we're getting there. We're getting there. We're all gonna shit on Donald Trump together at some point here. But like, I mean, in a way, like obviously I'm still a Trump fan and stuff like that. But I mean, he really dropped the ball. He's been
I mean,
the
like we've said before, the choice of politicians these days, like at least they were mostly very competent before,
right?
Mainly before this century. But like, goddamn, bro, like it's like when President Camacho, man, like, come on, let's get it done with already.
I mean,
I don't want to have to deal with like the degradation of like the next 4 presidents until we get there. You know, fuck that, man.
I mean, what was the whole idiocracy sort of thing? Is just it's only the idiots are populating the earth?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm on the scoreboard.
Gotta get to 10.
Gotta get to 10.
Hi, welcome to Costco. I love you.
Okay, I love you. And you know what? Something crazy. You can live at Costco soon. Costco's building a Costco where they have apartments and condos.
I heard about
And you know
that.
what? They're probably gonna be very nice.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Solid investment. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did you hear
Solid
about
investment.
Did you hear about the kid that I think he got arrested for living off of Costco samples for like a month straight?
When do they give Costco? Like, okay, I'm at Costco maybe once a month, right? At most. They almost never have samples anymore.
They have samples.
Not, like,
we go to the same one. We go.
But what time do they have them? Because I don't fucking see them.
It depends on, I guess, the time you go in because they rotate. Right?
Hey, okay, so I've been badly market timing this.
Damn, the samples. But yeah, apparently he what do you call it? Survived off samples for a month, and then I don't know if they charged him for stealing or what.
How the fuck did they catch him after so?
I think they just comes in every day, right? So it's like munching on shit. But like, those apartments would be a nice investment.
I mean, because they're going to be well run. Costco does everything very well.
Yeah.
You know? Honestly, it's going to do very well and shit. But in a way, it's not lost to me. Like, look, everything's a psyop in a way, right? So in a way, right, like Nick's running this is kind of a good psyop for like ingratiating the people that are backing Trump initially with the Groyper, I guess the Groypers is what they're called. That Nick's guys over to Hunter in a way. They're kind of like, all right, this guy ain't as bad as we think and stuff. We'll have to see the interview. Obviously, it's gonna be really funny.
Well, yeah, wasn't Nick Fuentes basically
he's a pro-Trump guy.
Well, I mean, but like pushed out by a lot of those people.
Yeah, I mean, he does stand on his stuff. He's like, I'm supporting you because you're on these issues, and then like Trump started fucking like not doing these issues, and it really what snowballed it was all the Kash Patel horse shit. How they handled the Epstein files, and then Kash Patel dropping the ball so much, and then from there, like, and then the Iran war. I mean, the bombings and stuff, and all these, because like I think he was kind of like at least from obviously I don't watch a show every day and shit, but like from what I saw, I was like, what happened in Venezuela, and then and how fast it was handled. all right, cool. It was it was fast, quick, right? But like this all like, hey, why the hell are we bombing Iran right now?
It just became the Israeli question, right?
Right. But in a way, it's also like now if I think about what's happening in the Middle East because of money. Like the politics is one thing, Charlie, right?
Yeah.
But what we know this in crypto, we know this in finance. It's about the fucking money.
Yep.
It's always about the
Maybach music.
It's about the money, right?
Follow the money, as they say.
So the United States is making some good money right now. The United States is making some good money right now. We're basically trying to control all these ports. We're basically I don't want to call it enemies, but like basically our enemies get a lot of their resources from. Right now, we've basically retaken control of Latin America again. So we've essentially pretty much we're pretty much pincering off La Cuba, and now we essentially have control of the Strait of Hormuz. That's going to be some 50-50 deal, which is really weird because like Trump started a company, or like Trump's family started a company in Pakistan, and we were kept asking, why is Pakistan the one mediating all these like deals between Iran and the United States? Well, they have a company down there that's basically going to be basically the new, not Strait of Hormuz, but it's going to be their version of the Panama Canal that's going to handle the charging of boats that go through it and stuff like that. And Iran's got half of it, and who's going to have the other half? The United States, and then they're going to be sort of in the middle of it and stuff. So interesting.
To be honest, Pakistan gets the best of the deal.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
They get included in something.
Well, they don't have to do that much.
Yeah, exactly, right? And they get some wait, sorry.
They're not like stuck on one big side or the other.
How come Pakistan gets nuked and not anyone? Bro, they all have nukes. What are you talking about? Pakistan has a nuke and so does India.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Like, yeah, that's like America, Russia, Cold War type shit.
And it's funny because people, I mean, obviously extremely different cultures, but from the outside, it all looks the same. But it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not.
Yeah, you start looking at it for like a day or something like that, you see the wrinkles. But I mean, the food in Pakistan is very, very, very different. I mean, even if you go over all of India, India is a really interesting country.
It's very different. It's very
there's
diverse.
so much diversity.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, high areas, low areas, all that stuff, and it's like very interesting that they have like different cultures. But like the way Indians look at India versus the way the world looks at India is always interesting, just because like the caste system and stuff. Like, you'd be always surprised. Like, damn, like all the rich Indians really fucking look down on people. It's crazy,
right? I mean, we'll have to see. It's about kind of like we have control of the oil supply there, and then a lot of the stuff that was happening in Venezuela was like just practice to like naval blockading.
Yeah,
that's just practice for if we're gonna do some sort of operation for Taiwan or not.
Yeah,
and we'll see what's going to happen with that. But it's all for that money right now, and it's interesting though because like. The reason like oil prices aren't going up like crazy is just like I saw that like basically China's just basically using less oil right now because they front loaded and bought a lot of oil. So I guess they predicted that the shit was going to happen. So they bought a ton of oil beforehand, and now they're kind of running on the reserves right now. But at some point, they got
to come play ball.
They got to play ball.
Yeah. Speaking of like the presidential thing next time, this seems ridiculous, but probably this like very impossible to happen would be. What if it was just Eric Trump versus Biden or Hunter Biden? Be like the sons versus each other, right? Who will win? Like I feel like
that could work. That could work.
It would be both would be ridiculous, but
it would. I mean, yeah.
I'm like knowing how the United States is working these days. I'm like I wouldn't be surprised.
WWE, man, the scriptures, man.
It's all rigged by Vegas. God damn it.
Fuck.
It was Kaushi all along.
It was Kaushi all along. But where is this here? But yes, man. I mean, it's kind of a I mean that's kind of how it is. I mean, just always the money. Like the further, I mean, you can look at an individual, right? And we teach this in the course a bit when it comes to like people and money, because that's why we try to teach you guys the red pill, so you kind of learn that like a part of like why. Like as a guy, you understand why you're doing stuff, but you might not understand why the woman does it. But when you understand the woman's side, then the man's side, and then from there you learn the finance side of it, you sort of figure out why like people do things for many different reasons. But it's sort of like the farther you look out, the more the money will tell the story.
Yeah.
But the individual could be a snowflake, and it could be doing it for revenge, or lust, or finance or this, but the farther you get out, you just look at a big group of people. It's about the dollars,
the greed,
the greed, and that'll tell you which direction it's going.
The show American Greed is very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
American this tonight on American Greed.
But on American Greed, Kyle, go ahead.
Oh boy.
Latest, Peter Schiff says tokenized gold solves all problems Bitcoin pretended to solve, but can't. Arguing that if you want to know what digital gold is, it's tokenized gold, not Bitcoin.
Oh man, do we have a laugh track on this thing?
I mean, shit. Let's hit him with the
damn man, like that's like because like Bitcoin, right? Yeah. How do you custody it? You have your private wallet, your private seeds, right?
Yeah.
Gold, how do you custody it? You take delivery of gold. This is paper contract gold versus an actual digital asset that you have custody of. Which one is better? Like the argument like fails even like 5 seconds of scrutiny. Like I'm like, Peter, you're retarded. Sorry, but you're retarded.
And now he's like, I guess crypto technology ain't that bad anymore when we use it for my stuff.
He's gonna have to. We're in the acceptance phase.
Yeah,
the early stages of acceptance. What are the 5 phases, or what are those different phases when like the first they?
Oh, it's
first they laugh at you, then they.
Oh, I thought you meant no. I meant the stages.
Or even for all of those, yeah, like those different things.
Yeah, it's all like which one, the stages of grief or which ones?
Yeah, when did we get to acceptance of like he lost? Like I guess 5 stages of grief. Let's go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 stages of grief. Denial.
So denial. That's true. At first, he was like, Bitcoin is not a real thing, right? And then it goes to anger. He always said, "Fuck this shit." And then depression. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, yeah. He probably went to bargaining. He probably skipped depression, went to bargaining. It was like what?
He keeps going to bargaining and back to depression.
Yeah, he's kind of right. Yeah, no, he'll go into depression last. He'll go bargaining, and now he's between bargaining and acceptance. And then what do you call it? When he'll just fall into depression once he realizes like his gold, his essentially paper digital gold. What do you call it? Gets like frozen on the blockchain, and it's not actually his.
Yeah, I mean, this also applies to like the red pill too, because like you just keep sometimes you end up going back to anger, red pill anger again for a second,
right?
But it's like a flash, and then you're like, ugh, and you get like almost sad, and you're like, ugh, and he's like, you're over it, you accept it, and it's over. But like, it's kind of funny. I sometimes go through that. Sometimes I see something that I'm just like makes me pissed, and then I'm like, fuck, they're all like that, and then it's just like it is what it is, and then it's over.
Yep.
Yeah. Terrible. Full screen is Cal. But yeah, that is Peter Schiff, man. Getting a little crazy here and stuff like that. Where was this? Did I not see it? Oh yeah. Man, I get a little freaked out anytime like I'm agreeing a little too much with Raoul Paul here. Like on some of his stuff.
He doesn't have all bad takes. He just goes too hard to the paint on some takes, I would say.
Yeah.
Because like he's one of those guys. When you listen to him, you got to listen for the nuggets. But yeah, he gets sometimes a little too lost in his own sauce.
Yeah,
I think he's like, what do you call it? Like the banana zone and everything. I'm like, yeah, if we got an overspeculative market, it would have worked. But he just went too hard on one narrative, which does sell. Yeah. It is good marketing.
Do I want him to be right? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yes, dude. Come on. Make all dreams come true.
And he is one of the more legacy finance guys that actually has a voice in both Wall Street and crypto. Yeah. There's not many that can say that, right? That have a strong voice in both areas. So
he's smart enough to see like an opening in the market and came in.
Yeah,
that's true. And he did give some, like at the time the industry was very new and it didn't have a lot of voices, and he gave credibility over here.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm surprised we haven't seen him at more conferences.
Yeah. What happened to that older gentleman? It's like Tim. What's that guy's name? He's like a way older Bitcoin investor. He kind of got all his Bitcoin through like an auction.
Oh, Tim Draper.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about him. I know he's already older.
He's chilling. I mean, yeah, Tim Draper. I've heard a couple things about him here and there.
How old is he right now? Wow, he looks way older than damn.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw him in 2017 when he was like on the
eyebrows are insane.
The eyebrows are crazy. Insane. I love how he always wears a Bitcoin tie, though. But I like him in general. But he was always famous in 2017 for making the most ridiculous calls in terms of price action. It's like Bitcoin $1 million tomorrow.
I quite literally thought he was 10 years older. I thought he was like 78. Wow. Okay. The Harpo boys.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. Very interesting guy.
Very interesting. Let's hear what this guy has to say right here, man. Let's full screen this.
I found it hilarious. What, a year and a half, 2 years ago, people were like, ETH is dead. I'm like, no, the entire banking system.
I found that hilarious 2 months ago.
Yeah, I see memes where they're like toilet paper did better over the last few years than ETH.
Bro, it was like 2 months ago. Like, bro, people. I mean, I know I know that's not what he's saying because like this ebbs and flows. Like Bitcoin will get it a slight, but it's kind of laughable. But Ethereum gets it like every year. It almost seems like it. But this last one, because we're in a bit of a bear, we were in a bear market. We're kind of recovering out now in a way. It was just like it's all over. The shit's, and then fucking here comes Robinhood, and here comes all these blockchains. They're all using Ethereum, like we've been saying, and all these fucking stable coins that are all going to be on Ethereum, like we said, and all the CBD central bank digital currencies all being on L2s or on Ethereum directly, like we said. But it's dead, dogs. Solana's going to take over everything, you guys. And now the Solana boys are like, no, Robinhood's not that good, you guys. Don't look over there. Don't look over there.
We don't have any insider trading power over here.
That's really what they're mad about.
That's all it is.
It's all they're mad about. What the fuck? Why do those KOLs get the inside shit and we don't?
I found it hilarious. What, a year and a half, 2 years ago, people were like, ETH is dead. I'm like, no, the entire banking system will go to ETH. That doesn't mean, it's a mono-chain world, but it's like, I know how banks work, right? The moment I left the financial system, I've used nothing but Apple. But when you're in a bank, every single computer is Microsoft. Because it's really for them about Lindy effects, things that survive, things that you don't get fired for, things that are proven, because nobody wants to lose their jobs over new technology.
And I had to learn this. I had we've worked for a decade on making sure Ethereum's resilient, has multi-client, is distributed across the world, has 100% uptime. And I actually had no idea until I talked to the banks. I was like, oh, I found a customer of decentralization. They just don't know it. They care about uptime. They care about resilience. They care about the thing that's been around for the longest. They care about the thing that no one can turn off. You just have to translate the language to them. And yeah, the no one gets fired for picking Microsoft is very real.
I think they care about no one being able to turn it off. That's game theory. That's you don't want your competitor to somehow pay a hacker to be able to turn off your shit and makes you look bad. Then your stock crashes, people lose their jobs, and you get fired. You want to play somewhere where it's been established. And a big thing about Ethereum too as well. Ethereum has a ton of developers. That means you can hire them. Like if you're on some other blockchain that has more of a niche coding language and stuff like that. There isn't that many coders for it. It's very competitive. It's going to cost a lot of money, and there's less of a chance that you're going to have a suite of people that can solve your problem very rapidly,
right?
And stuff like that. So you can, and downtimes as well. Like you just can't have your chain down at all.
And it's in Ethereum's favor.
Yeah, that's right. And also just the fact that there's so many developers. Because if not, it's hard.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd say they're pretty much correct.
Yeah, but ETH is dead, bros. It's over. It's absolutely over, you guys. Is this the same one?
It's hard. It's hard.
Oh, okay.
But Peter John there says third market cycle here. Second bear market is 160 to 175K Bitcoin. Too conservative for this upcoming bull. No, I think that's within reason of where we could hit. I would say personally, I'm thinking 160 to 220, let's say 225, just to make it an easy number. So probably like everybody's expecting 225, it gets like 218, right? But yeah, within that range, I think is where you're likely to see Bitcoin in this next cycle. If we're looking at, a mixture, because right now, when we're going to get into the bull market history and a little bear market history as well in terms of bottoms today. But if we take a look at the bull market history, you kind of have to mix what we have seen in Bitcoin's pattern, right? What pattern has it had? But then you have to consider, how is Wall Street going to add a ripple or a wrinkle to that pattern, right? So things will change, but they won't change completely.
Right.
So that's kind of the key. And like the one thing that me and Miguel have in this industry is experience, especially seeing pretty much, we pay attention way too much. So we see pretty much everything that's happening.
And history gets deleted.
History gets deleted, gets slightly misremembered, or on purpose usually, right?
Or reworded.
Or recharted. You know,
that's a lot of recharting.
Oh yeah, there's especially CZ. CZ loves to do that. He's like, let me just play with this chart a little bit here. We got a new, what do you call it, market maker on this. So just adjust. Yeah. You know, to be honest, CZ, you know, he does a lot of good in crypto. He does a lot of bad as well. But despite all that, the craziness there or whatever, you got to hand it to the guy. He's pretty much, if you look at his work history prior to building Binance,
right,
he's built for it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, his whole career was like basically coming to that point, and then just happened to be at the right point in history, and he killed it. I mean, you got to kind of respect that. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Hey, but shout out to Troy Miller, man. Hey, Dollar Cost Crypto CC. I'll be joining the Crypto Mindset Q3 for the first time. Just got out of the hospital. Oh, damn.
Oh, hey.
I need to get to it, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, you're in good company. We've had guys in the past, like literally, I won't say the whole story, but basically, guy had been in an accident. They said he probably should have amputated a leg. He didn't. He made quite a bit of money in the last cycle with us. Helped. I mean, he went through a bunch of rehab, walking again, no problem. And what do you call it? He made more than enough in crypto to basically help pay for his medical stuff and everything. So, I mean, we've seen some interesting stories through the Moon Gang history as well. And so we know what's possible if people put their minds to it. The thing I would say, though, is when you get to the speculative phase of the cycle, you know, you're going to be having a lot of wins because you're paying attention during this portion of the cycle. If you're paying attention during the lows, you're taking advantage of that. And you see kind of how we start going to the upside and seeing all the patterns of, you know, what's going to be moving, what's going to be shaken. You just make a lot of money based on that. But when we get to that high speculative phase, the hard thing for, I think, a lot of people to do is to kind of temper your emotion, temper how exciting it is and how good it feels. And because what a lot of people do is they take too much of the money from the wins and then they go hard in the degeneracy,
right?
Thinking, okay, like for example, let's say you made $900,000 and your goal was $1 million. And now you're like, well, why not 5? Right. And so, but then when push comes to shove, then you end up at like, you know, 550,000. You're like, well, it's, you know, not bad. Did a good run from 100, but man, did I kind of fumble the end there, you know? Yeah. So a lot of people do that. And it's mostly out of greed, ignorance, if they haven't really learned this industry and the patterns within it. Among other things,
or kind of like one that I see a lot is people end up like having this goal that's not unrealistic, but it's just not going to happen this cycle or whatever. Or like
a too aggressive goal.
Yeah, too much of an aggressive goal. Nothing crazy. It's like, I want to buy a house. I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? But maybe like, damn, you're like, it's getting kind of long in the cycle. It's like, damn, we're halfway through 29. Like, kind of like you might just like, it's fine. You'll get it in a year or two instead.
Right.
You know, by buying the lows.
And you have to be able to roll with that emotional roller coaster a little bit.
Some people can't. And
a lot of people can't.
They'll just keep, no, keep going. It'll go. And then.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuke on them.
It's like when you have your first gerbil pet and you just hug it too hard.
What?
It's like, come on, you try to squeeze as much out of it. And then it's like, damn, the thing died. My portfolio died, Miguel.
So take the W. Yeah, take the W basically. But we're not. I mean, you know,
take W's, right? Like, I mean, this is why we're going to talk about swing trading strategy within the crypto mindset course for the technical analysis portion, because you have to have this cycle. I think you have to have a hybrid strategy of what has worked for crypto in the past, the buy and hold strategy, right? But also with a swing trading strategy. Still the day trading and the leverage trading is going to get you fucking wrecked. So don't do that. But, you know, trading over the 60-day cycle, right? At once every 2 months, we're making some you know, let's say 1 to 10 plays, depending on how much you're playing with, right? But for most people, probably 1 to 4 solid trades, trying to play that up take some profits, let it go down again. You have that. Like, let's say, for example, you do that 20% of your portfolio that you're trading because you've taken a couple crypto mindset courses. You understand what we're talking about. You get the signals. You're good, right? So then you make those swing trades regularly. You can grow that 20% of the bag to basically double the bag. And by that point, then the whole market's risen.
Yeah.
And, you're feeling good. But the only downside to that with more like trading over time is you're going to, the double on one side is going to be short-term capital gain stacks. And then the other side is going to be long-term capital gain stacks. So you can rebalance and take some of the stuff from the trades, like take half of that and bring it over to the long-term portfolio in the mains, like the L1s, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solar, stuff like that. So we talk about those things in the course, how to kind of play both sides of it. And the thing is, if you do the keep it simple, stupid strategy, you make money eventually and then basically forever on that position, that early position. Whereas if you have the hybrid strategy, I would say, then you can go a little further faster, but you have to pay attention more. That's the downside, is you have to give a little bit more time. And I see people be like, well, I don't want another part-time job, in terms of like a side hustle for crypto and stuff. Yeah. But at the same time, I would say max an hour a day. If you work 8 to 12, maybe up to 16 hours a day for a paycheck, and you can't do, like, I would say at least 30 minutes every other day to understand this industry, make some good money in it over a few years, and really help yourself to have that nest egg. If you can't, the ratio between the time you're spending on the job versus the time you're spending on the investments is much less, has much bigger upside, and can eventually help you not have to do the job, right? Eventually, not immediately. But yeah, it's just wild to me when people do those equations in their head. They're basically, they make excuses for, I'm too busy, I can't spend 30. It's like, I'm too busy, and I'm never gonna do it. So I'm like, okay, well, have fun staying poor, as we would say. But
yeah, some people love poverty.
Yeah,
some people love poverty, man. But it
is sometimes easier.
Yeah, but you're never gonna escape work. Like everything is going to become work. Time is going to get filled in with more useless shit. You'll end up like some dudes end up like getting absorbed in the relationship. It's not a bad thing
for a little bit,
but it can get kind of out of control. Like I love my baby mama, I never let her go. Like it's like it just becomes too much and shit. And then on top of that, then the relationship will sour because you're spending like. Inherently, like, what's wrong with this dude? He's like fucking giving me all his time, his attention, 24/7. They say they want that, they don't want that.
Yeah,
they don't want that.
And
they want some attention, of course. You gotta pay attention to them. But
and maybe you end up on Nightline that got that bad.
Nightline,
it got that bad, Miguel.
Oof, fuck,
whenever I like any of those like true crime stories and stuff like that. Like, watching it's always wild to me. I'm like, why did you choose this route in life? I'm like, it usually never makes any sense. It's all emotionally retarded.
Exactly. But I guess let's get into it. Let's take that let's time travel back in time. But first,
that's my time travel sound.
Well, let's do the time travel.
Have fun not making $1 million. You're right. Have fun being right and broke. Have fun being right and broke. Have fun. You're right. You have the most right mind. Smartest boy in the room. Have fun being broke forever.
That'd be me yelling at myself in 2010. Better learn this shit, motherfucker. But how far back time do we want to go?
So, yeah, that's a good question, right?
Right.
When we came into the crypto space in 2016-17, that's where we can go into granular detail.
Right.
I think it's worth recapping the early stage of crypto history. And then I want to pull up one thing from Murad.
Sure.
Actually, the Lindy effect. Let's see. Must stop. Murad. Twitter.
That's a real Twitter account, by the
way. He must be stopped.
And my channel wasn't taken down.
Okay, so let's pop this up, and I got it. Can you send me the StreamYard link? Okay, sweet. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show Bitcoin history to understand what the natural progression is of every single coin that you'll ever see in crypto history.
Right.
I think it's a good. I think it's. I'm gonna mute myself. Yeah, I think it's a good way to kind of look at what's going on. So, all right, can we see that? Or did I not? I didn't share my screen.
I don't think you shared it,
man. This is what they talk about with the plaque getting up the brain. That's why they got to do.
You know, there's actually a way you can reverse it, but it's like no method is perfect, right? But one method you could do is like you can like heat shock proteins have been shown to basically stop and reverse like Alzheimer's. But
a lot of it has to do with nutrition and basically what you're eating.
But I'll show you this crazy video they did in this guy who was basically he was like a I don't know what you would call it, but it was basically those guys who he'd be working down below on deck on ships and stuff in the Navy in extremely hot environments. And basically almost his entire family essentially died before 60 from Alzheimer's.
Jesus
like he had a
Christ.
horrible genetics and he was in his 70s and it was totally okay. And it was basically an entire career of being like exposed to that level of heat because he was it was hot.
That's weird.
Yeah. And peat shot proteins is true. So it's like really good for your brain. It's good for healing, heals you up faster from the gym in a weird sort of way because essentially you're just sending more of a stress response to the muscles versus like cold plunging, which I think is retarded for most people, unless you're like an athlete. Like if I have to play a basketball game tomorrow, right? And my knees are fucking killing me, I'm going to jump in the ice bath.
Yeah, of course.
To nuke all
Solution.
those, yeah. But it's just a quick fix.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, because you're basically stopping you're stopping
healing.
You're stopping the
Swelling.
healing process from happening, but it blunts the signal, and then eventually you'll actually cause a greater injury over time. Eventually, But here's the problem: it's very, very, very bad for getting women pregnant.
Yeah.
It's not good for your balls to be that hot.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason your balls are outside your body is because they need a colder temperature.
Yeah.
Right. But I digress. Yes.
But what I was gonna say here, anyways, was so the Lindy effect with Murad. This one he put out in 2018, and this is pretty much the life cycle of any cryptocurrency. It's just some of them mature all the way to full global money,
right?
But the amount of them that are going to get to that level, maybe only two, maybe only Bitcoin and Ethereum at one point, not now. But they all start with digital scarcity at some level,
right?
And immutability in terms of blockchain. And then basically the first step that they get to is being a digital collectible. Right? They say for nerds and caps and cypherpunks, right?
So nothing's changed.
Yeah, that's basically a meme coin.
Yeah, it's basically a meme coin. Yeah.
That's why we say a meme coin is the skeleton of how a cryptocurrency starts. It's kind of like, I mean, maybe the best analogy would be a meme coin is basically like a fetus, right? It's like the early stages of
first
what
trimester,
of what like creates a human,
Yeah.
right? Or you could say the skeleton of a human. It's like the core, like backbone of how it's built.
Oh, right.
It's basically the thing before it has any utility. And if you want to be the Bitcoiners these days will say, no, Bitcoin was never. If you go back to Bitcoin's history, in the early days, it came out January 3rd, 2009. And then, Kyle, can you look up when Bitcoin crossed $100 for the first time?
I feel like it's 2013. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's within that range. $100. First time, yeah. Not 100,000, $100.
Damn,
March
fuck, your boy don't
Perfect.
miss.
Yeah.
He don't miss. DCC don't miss.
And so, what do you call it? And like the first time it hit $1 is basically go to $1 as well. So 2013 March, I think 2013
was it 11? Yeah, 11. Wow, it's always in February. Goddamn.
Yeah, the other one was March, right? Springtime. But yeah, $10 was less of a mark, I would say. But yeah, so $1, 20. What did it say? 2011.
2011.
So $1. Yeah, we don't need to know the other ones because. But like, what do you call it? $1 for the first time was basically, hey, we're a meme, and we're worth something.
Yeah.
Basically, we're built better than the dollar, which ain't saying much to be honest when you look at fiat currency. But Then I think when it hit $100 for the first time, that's when it started getting on like CNBC and a lot of that stuff. But that's when it was like, okay, we need to improve decentralization. We need to, people are going to then start speculating on it. So you get to this level here.
When was that magazine article that Vice did? That one was huge. I remember that. That one really.
Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest.
That may have been when I first really heard about it, because I heard.
Was it in 2017?
No.
16?
I heard about it like there's a Vice article where they're talking about the Silk Road. That's where I originally heard about BTC.
Yeah, the first time I ever heard the word Bitcoin or read it was actually in a Japanese newspaper because I was living over there, right? And in 2012, and I think it was like middle of the year in 2012, basically. And man, I wish I would have gotten into it at that time, but it would have been different. Part of me thinks I might have end up getting my money stolen from Mt. Gox.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't worth it.
I mean,
because that was
a cool story.
Well, yeah, not only was Mt. Gox the only place in the world in Japan to do as a centralized exchange, it was one of the first in the world.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, so once you got past speculation here, you get greater security, greater robustness. Then this is the key one. I think that a lot of cryptocurrencies, when they get to, they fail, which is withstanding social and technical attacks, accumulating battle scars. I mean, Zcash, right, has gone through one recently, or is going through one.
Going through it, yeah.
Every single coin that's going to survive will get attacked at some point, right? And so Bitcoin, you could look at Mt. Gox crashing as a way that Bitcoin got technically attacked, right? Not at the protocol level, but in terms of the global market for it. So, and like back in 2018, he says, we are here. What do you call it? Because it became more reliable over time. The interesting thing is, are we yet at a reliable store of value? It says greater perceived safety, greater education and understanding. Shout out Crypto Mindset course, greater decentralization, greater custodial solutions, then financialization, institutionalization, regulatory clarity. Interesting, Miguel. The exact words. So this is pretty much probably where we're at here. Also, greater liquidity.
Yeah.
Right. Greater liquidity.
Which is probably what this cycle.
This cycle coming from Wall Street, greater perceived protocol reliability, greater trust worldwide, because now the banks are in it. And then you can reliably say it's a store of value at that point. Then you get more network effect, and then eventually, you go up a little bit more. But no cryptocurrency has gotten to that reliable store of value yet. You could argue Bitcoin is close, but not quite there according to this definition. So that's interesting, because where is Solana, on this list? Because it did withstand social attacks, did get greater security when their three servers kept going down, or maybe 6, right?
It's probably where the star is, or around there.
Yeah, around where Bitcoin was maybe in 2018.
Greater decentralization, nowhere close to that. Greater education, understanding, nope. Proving the system is hard to change, thus reliable. Yeah, that's about right. That's where it's at. Perceived risk, protocol risk. There is still some perceived risk there.
Yeah.
So it's right there with the star.
Yeah, it's probably right in that region, right?
Oh, there's a lot of coins right there, actually.
Yeah, and a lot of coins kind of get stuck there because they don't want to improve, their decentralization or other things. So yeah, but if you look at coins in this manner, we'll go through the history in a couple of other ways too. But I just think it's important to look at coins in this manner, simply because it gives you the roadmap for where they should go next, or where they have solidified. So Dogecoin, is it really going much down this list? I would say, you do have greater perceived safety over time.
Yeah.
You do have greater decentralization. So it somewhat goes up on this list, but also because its core thing is a meme coin, it doesn't really have utility. It still has a lot of the early aspects to it.
Correct.
A little bit more imbalanced than other coins.
Like, it gets a couple of the ones up there, but misses some ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just will never be reliable store of value. It's just that's the cap.
Maybe it gets to custodial solution. It's Dogecoin ETF is what we got. That's probably the most mature you pretty much can get with that, since it, based on why it exists, right? As a joke, a joke with utility. But Pulse Chain. Where is Pulse Chain on this list?
Digital scarcity. Yeah, I mean, there's a buy and burn, but there is inflation on it. Immutable. That's true. It is immutable right now. Collectible for nerds, absolutely.
That's its number
Improving
one
decentralization.
utility right now.
Censorship resistance. Yeah, in a way, it is doing it. Is
A
doing
little
those
bit.
things.
I think it's starting that a little bit.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I mean,
you've
Richard
got-
upgraded the basically run your own nodes, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like so and all that stuff.
And I think the speculation it does have, of course, because it's in the community and it exists, but it hasn't pumped on the speculation really yet. So I would go so far as to say, because it definitely doesn't have greater security and robustness right now compared to where it started. So I would say this between improving decentralization and speculation, somewhere in there,
Yeah.
it needs to get a hell of a lot of healthy speculation in this next cycle because, I think when we look at Hex in Richard Hart's first cycle as a creator, he got that speculation going fervently, and I think he took for granted that the community would just continue to speculate on it forever. And in a way, they almost will, but at some point they're going to lower the amount of speculation on that and go to somewhere else if it doesn't hit.
I think Hex got up to like greater perceived safety and then lost that step.
Where's that one?
Right above the star.
Okay. Yeah, and then just kind of like
because it was, and then he diluted it by launching all the token, launching all those coins.
Yes.
We were very concentrated on that coin. I mean, honestly, if we just had Hex still, we just like one Hex, and maybe they just ended up having like maybe Pulse Chain was fusion with Pulse X. I think it would be in a better spot right now.
Yeah,
or at least Hex
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
With too many coins. This is actually one of the reasons why they're even talking about even right now merging Tesla with SpaceX right now, just because you need people to just DCA into one thing. I mean, this is why Bitcoiners are so fervent. Like, no, everything's shit. Just Bitcoin. Just
and
Bitcoin.
they've gotten that right. I mean, in terms of how that works, right?
There's a lot of power in just buying one coin, but like we know, that can be very dangerous. And obviously, with Bitcoin, it's worked out. With Tesla, it's worked out.
And in the early days of Bitcoin, if you're looking at Mt. Gox days, basically anything under $10,000 Bitcoin, there was actual danger, right? It could have gone to zero. It could have died. It could have had a lot of things could happen for it.
But it still had that novelty because it was so cheap. I mean, like you're like, because for example, like that guy, like, so if we look at that 2011 sort of time frame there at $1, right? Like 10,000. So a guy paid $7,000 for 10,000 Bitcoin. So we're talking. So it was probably January of 2011, and he was essentially buying BTC for like 70 cents. Per BTC, and that turned out 16 years later into, well, I guess 15 technically. 15 years later, it turned into $1.2 billion.
Not too shabby.
10 grand.
Not too shabby.
And that's why I said in 15 years, what do you think one Bitcoin will be? You think it's gonna be 1.1, 1.5, 3 million? I'm
anywhere between 1 to 5.
Mine's like 3. I think 3.
You said in 15 years?
In
So
15 years,
2040, right?
Yeah, 2040.
I think we'll hit 1 million by 2040. If it maybe it could be earlier for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe mid 2030s. So I would say, 1 to 3, somewhere in there. That's probably about right. Like 5 would be very, very high.
Right. So it's essentially going to 20x minimum to like, it could 40x from here in 15 years. But you're like, that's 15 years, man. Like, what does that matter? You know, like, but you'd be surprised that it comes fast. It's fast.
And also, it's like your S&P that actually, outpaces inflation.
Correct.
But it's your one that's like, okay, this will always make me money, and this will always keep me a certain level of wealthy.
Yeah.
Right. It's like your financial guarantee, as they may say.
But what is it? Isn't there supposed to be like 35 million millionaires on the planet?
70.
70.
Like
70 million millionaires.
Yeah.
On the planet. There's only 21 million BTC.
Yep. Absolutely.
Math is mathing, you guys.
That's right. And any millionaire that like shits on it after this cycle, I mean, is kind of dumb, but or just is not incentivized to. But I guess going through this, I guess one thing Richard Hart failed to do is the greater education and understanding. He had done that very, very well, but then he stopped that too.
Yeah. You can't stop marketing.
Correct.
Cannot stop marketing.
But so that's this. I just wanted to go through this real quick. We can take it off the screen. But yeah, I guess in terms of old crypto history, right? Essentially, Bitcoin exists. Then it goes through the stages of hitting those $1, $100 marks. It actually gets an exchange with Mt. Gox. That exchange fails, but the exchange is not Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin gets double spent, but before the miners catch it, they don't accept those transactions on chain. Happens twice.
Yep.
That's its the time
And an inflation bug, an inflation bug
as well.
2010.
That gets successfully rolled back. And then I guess you get to once you got to like 2015, 16, you're kind of in the second phase. So the first phase there is just digital collectible, and then the next phase is high speculation, 2017, 2021. Now we're going into the store value phase, essentially. So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So Oak has a question here. It's like, would you guys look at Ethereum the same way as Bitcoin? I do personally. I do. Like,
it goes through exactly the same progression. It's just
Ethereum's more. It started in I guess technically 15, but like 15, 16, 17 versus BTC in 09.
Well, right. And so when you look at this, right, you have Bitcoin first.
Yes.
Then the next, they had Peercoin, Feathercoin, all sorts of bullshit, right?
Then Litecoin was the first altcoin that survived.
Yep. But then Ethereum was the first one that like had a big enough difference to Bitcoin in terms of utility that like kind of like with Dogecoin there, right? We said, hey, it's not going to go, it's going to hit some of those on the way, but it's going to stall out at a certain point. It's going to kind of keep some of the early stage ones because of the explicit purpose that it was built for, right? Which is a joke versus Ethereum. The difference with that is that it was built for smart contracts. So it's built for a different purpose than Bitcoin. Having a little bit more centralization there, or having the leader not go away is something that, is a big difference. And so you grade it the same way, it goes up that same progression, but based on the reason for it existing, it's going to change, exactly how it goes down that curve, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. It definitely does. But like for me personally, like what crypto is, if someone were to ask me what crypto to me is Ethereum.
Yeah.
Because everything I've done in crypto since I came in 2016, and just about everything, and I will say like utilitarian wise, like all you could do with crypto really in pre-17 was just send and receive. There's smart contract, not really.
Yeah, they didn't they had DAOs, but it was all kind of fake and gay.
Yeah, and then honestly, most of the DAOs ended up getting hacked anyway.
Yeah, I mean, right? So if you look at Mt. Gox's Bitcoin's, big exploit, and then also the inflation bug,
the DAO hack.
Yeah, for Ethereum, it's the DAO hack. So yeah, you have to kind of get to a what's that called? Like an existential crisis for the coin.
Yeah,
and then if it passes that test, okay,
yeah,
that's good. And I think Sui's had a couple of those this last cycle, but not at the protocol level, which is good. So like, yeah, each coin's Sonic's going through everything about that right now.
Zcash as well right now, but to be resolved on the 28th, or
not.
Basically, Bitcoin obviously went through them as well, but it's just that like Cambrian explosion of Ethereum that like everything we use from Uniswap. I mean, basically anything using crypto just would not be here without Ethereum, but at the same time, like we wouldn't have Ethereum without Bitcoin. So
but it's
that progression.
Yeah, it's kind of like how simple Bitcoin is compared to Ethereum. It's like I don't know what you want to compare to, the ape versus the human or something, right? It's a different form of evolution.
In a way, you can sort of like Bitcoin is just like it is like digital gold.
Yeah,
it is digital gold, but that's what we want it for, and we want it for scarcity. We want it to be sort of like a savings account in a way, and Ethereum's got a little more like use case and stuff, and it's much more interconnected, like economically. This is why, like I say, if we get a bull run in Ethereum, we have a bull run in all the alts, even Solana. Like if Ethereum had like cracked its all-time high, even if 6,000 was the top, I mean, we probably would have hit like $400, $500 on Solana.
Right.
It's incredible. Like,
I mean,
I mean, let me answer this question on this one just because it's interesting right there. PJ Letram. Sol absolutely crushed ETH last bear market. Well, wait. There's caveats to that right there, right? A portfolio of 95% Bitcoin, 5% Sol. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, because you're basically most of your returns are going to come from Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like, so you're like, it doesn't matter really. But so yeah, Sol still would have done very well, and you could have then sold the Sol into more Bitcoin, right? But if you look at it, right, did it really outperform Ethereum that well? So let's go 2021. It goes from basically zero to $260. Okay, cool. Ethereum goes from $78 to $4,800 and change. Cool. Incredible returns. Obviously, Solana outperformed, but Ethereum was no slouch, right?
Yeah. And it was Solana's first cycle, Ethereum second.
Correct.
So it's the same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin each cycle loses volatility. Ethereum does as well. Solana will be next. So it's kind of like Solana's like, hey, Ethereum, they're calling a monk or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then like the next cycle, Solana's the unk.
Yeah, Solana's the unk now.
That's the next one. Yeah.
Doesn't feel good, huh?
And then Robinhood, comes up and says, hey, look at me, man.
But Solana's, I'm still gonna fuck your bitch. And that's what happens, I mean, if you look this time around, right? Okay, so usually after the first cycle, you have a pretty bad crash because a lot of companies will just hold on to too much. Like the same thing happened to Ethereum. So Ethereum's first real cycle was 2017. It went from, let's call it 50 cents, zero to $1,400.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
A lot of money.
Amazing.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right?
That was a great run.
Great run. Incredible. I mean, shout out to the boys, right? Then
what was Solana's first top?
$260.
Right. So you can compare that right there, and it's like Ethereum killed it on its first one comparatively.
Yeah. But Ethereum did very fucking well. But also people were then holding Ethereum as much because also the mentality back in the 2017 cycle was stable coins they were a thing, but not really. So people weren't really holding stable coins as a treasury asset. They were holding BTC.
Yep.
And they were holding Ethereum.
Yeah, people didn't trust the stable coins. I mean,
not until like 2018, 19.
Well, even then, like they were still
pretty new,
putting bad press about Tether. Tether's gonna fail was like the main thing. So I would say even like until 2020, 2021, people didn't really trust it.
Now watch this. Now, since it came out its first cycle, there was still a lot of companies. There was a lot of hacks, all the stuff with FTX and stuff. So they were really involved with FTX and everything like that. And it was sold off a lot. So it was so in the 17 cycle for Ethereum into 21, it was heavily sold off. You also had a very large ICO that happened called EOS, where they were basically about, I believe, $5 billion of Ethereum was ICO'd to EOS, and they were market selling it the entire bear market into Bitcoin on purpose, trying to hurt Ethereum. And there was also companies that were like just good companies. They raised money in Ethereum. That's how it worked back then, and they were holding in the treasury, and they had a certain amount. Maybe they had $100,000 a month they had to spend. And what happened is Ethereum's price kept going lower, so they kept having to spend more Ethereum. So this caused more supply to come online, and it would cause a very negative feed loop that ended up happening. Well, this same feedback loop happened to Solana as well. Solana went from $260 to $6. Not nice, huh? Same fucking thing. Now this time around, that's not happening. So you're not going to get that same level of like percentage crash on Solana. Still nice, but it's not going to. Same thing. It's like Solana is not going to do the same level of X returns it did from 21 or 25, basically, because it's a lot more mature now, right? Still going to do now. Look at it.
The question is,
go ahead.
Just before you get into that,
sure.
The question for me is, what wakes the dog, basically, right? And so if
what wakes the dog?
Like basically what controls how the dog moves? Is it the tail that wags the dog, or does it, does it walk? And so basically, like if you look at Ethereum versus Solana, which one controls where we go? If Solana goes to a new all-time high above $300, some of the market follows. If Ethereum goes above 5,000, the whole market follows, including Solana. So Ethereum is what really controls the speculative part of the crypto market, not Solana. And so
because Ethereum is actual crypto money, but it's not like a form of exchange on the outer world. But within crypto, it is the savings account of a lot of DeFi money and like people and stuff. So it's attached to all liquidity pools So, I mean, there's wrapped Ethereum on every blockchain, even antagonist chains. Like, you basically are crazy if you do not accept a version of Ethereum or stable coins, because you basically are not allowing money to flow to you and stuff. That's why like Bitcoin going up is really great, but it's sort of, we started dislocation where Bitcoin was going up, but a lot of other coins weren't really in proportion to then Ethereum would start rising. And then, so you can actually even look at it on the charts and stuff, like when Ethereum kind of popped off in the, what was it? I think in March of 24, I believe, we had a nice move up on Ethereum. You had a bunch of alts all-time high or their local highs. And then when Ethereum crashed, everything nuked along with it.
Yep. Even Solana.
Even Solana, right? Now, look. So now in the 25 cycle, right? Solana crashed to $6, went to 300. But look at its all-time high. In 21, it was $260.
Yep.
In 25, it was the darling of the entire cycle. Almost no competition. Viral app, pump.fund. Every meme coin is on Solana. It beat its all-time high by $40 fucking.
Yeah.
So
basically, if you look at them relatively speaking,
right,
Ethereum's older, so it's expected to have less X's, less gains. But relatively speaking, they basically did the same thing.
But they had the whole deck stacked for $40. Now, the only reason we're like, it was incredible on Solana because it crashed so low. We're not going to get that crash that low,
right?
Percentage wise,
a lot of
it's
people
not happening.
A lot of people are looking for $50. Ooh, $50 is perfect. Why? Because then they can imagine, when does it get to 100, 200, 500?
The multiples
1,000.
are easy. Yeah.
It's easy to calculate that. So that's probably, it's the same with Bitcoin, right? Like going down towards 50,000. Like, yeah, it's very possible that happens into October, but I'm waiting on these bears to dump price because goddamn, they haven't been able to do it for a while now.
Right. And the thing is you have much more of the companies and the organizations and the funds that were in Solana that first got into Solana that were basically you almost had a complete system restart on Solana. That's one of the reasons why, like, when we got a lot of our guys bought Solana under $10, where I wanted to be 100% sure before I kind of put that kind of level of money, because it was a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
I started putting money in at $16. Still made incredible returns. Bet on meme coins. Took my meme coin profits. What's that? I don't know. Back into Solana, cultivated crypto. Who's heard of that? And then kind of do that. But like Solana is going to make less returns percentage wise from like the bot, like from 7 to 300. That's like, I don't know. Let me see the X's, right? I'll do $6. So I do $300 divided by 6. Let's just say you played it right. That's a 50x.
From where?
From $6 to $300
from last cycle.
From last cycle, that was a 50x if you caught the bottom, or close enough, right? Or 30x if you caught it at $10, right?
So the question is it going to go from 70 to 3,000? Probably not.
Right? Yeah, because let me multiply. Let me multiply that. Like what? Like right now, what's the lowest we've gotten in Solana so far this cycle?
Let's find out.
N2 cap moves, right?
What, $60?
Okay, so 60 times 60. $3,600. Do you think Solana is going to go to $3,600? You're fucking goddamn right.
I wish.
It ain't happening, dog. No, we bees lucky. We's be lucky if Solana would even get to 600. But that's still an incredibly great move because the amount of money you can make, because we know you make money in the fucking hype, in the meme coins and all the underlying ecosystem. Now it's because it's much more of a mature asset. You're more likely to get a very big return depending on the market capitalization that they launch Hood, the Hood coin for RH ecosystem, or the base coin, the L2 token and stuff. But we have to see. So that's what happens is your products mature. You still can make incredible return. That's why buying those bottoms are so important, because it gives you more of those X's, so you can actually maybe wake up and take some profit.
Yeah, you know? And that's a good question there in terms of Sigma layer. Says, so what will be the next Solana? That's the same question every cycle. Everybody's like, what's the next Bitcoin? What's the next Ethereum? What's the next Solana?
It's in the CMC Q3.
Oh yeah, baby. And there's a difference here with where we're at now in crypto history versus where we were. Right? It's much easier back in the day versus, but all different challenges basically, right?
Right.
But There's a lot more of a green open field for the market versus now it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. There's incumbents now, right?
Right.
And so
and
thinking about like what's the next L1 is not necessarily the best way to think about it. The best way to think about it is what's the next thing for this utility versus that utility. For example, what's the next Aave? Well, Morpho. Morpho's pretty much got that right there. Cool. You can look at the kind of a similar type of play. What's the next Solana? Like, there's not going to be a next Bitcoin. There's not going to be a next Ethereum.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a next Solana? You can argue yes, but it won't be fully the same. It won't be a mirror image, because Robinhood, you could argue, is the next Solana, but it's not. Doesn't have its own L1. Doesn't have a token yet. So it's not equivalent, essentially.
Right.
On a
I mean,
technical
you could
level.
almost now it's so early still. So this is what we do in a bear market. This is our job. We caught it for the last cycle. We were like, Solana's going to be it. And we jumped in. And I fucking did not like Solana. Like, let me tell you, be under no illusions. I went on Freshman multiple times saying this. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Solana, but I don't hate money. And I jumped in. Now, I made some money on Solana. Like Solana in 21, I should say. Like, I forgot what I jumped in, $30 or $40 is probably what I jumped in Solana in 21. And because you have to understand that coin bubbled up very quietly, and then everyone got loud on it.
Yep.
Very loud on it. But I got into it around like $30, $40 last in 21 cycle, and rode that, sold it early before it topped out and stuff, along with like Luna and a bunch of other things. We were telling people, yeah, it's time to get out of Solana, get out of Luna, get out of Celsius, get out of a lot of these coins and stuff during Q4, especially during like the first quarter of 22. Just like, it's time to like, let's
Solana could have ended up like a Celsius.
Absolutely.
With how much,
it almost did. If it kept going lower, if it could have gone to $1, and that would have been it. That would have been it.
Yeah, and also just how, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX were linked to it.
Yeah.
Could have tarnished the name enough, but it came back from the dead.
It rhymed like Ethereum, except Ethereum didn't have that Sam Bankman-Altman thing. It was just like we went so high so fast, and Ethereum was the only thing to like. Basically, it was the only mechanism that you could use to facilitate speculation in ICOs, which are our version of IPOs, effectively for coins. So you had to use it. It's sort of like Pump.fund was the facilitation to make meme. Imagine it was the only thing you could use to make meme coins. And then that thing started failing, and then you had to hold a token in order to create meme. And so you end up having sort of a weird like rhyming thing, but except it was like fraud with like FTX because they joined their ship with like a bad player, basically. And he would still be around if he just wasn't leverage trading. He was a good VC, pretty good investor.
Yeah.
He was a good investor, good VC. Had a cash cow of an exchange, had everyone backing him, had all the Jewish connects. I mean, had everything. I mean, I literally had the chairman of the SEC was what's his name?
Gary Gensler.
Gary Gensler, that
literally a family friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to delete it from my memory.
Yeah.
Family friend in the Bahamas. A lot of island love. And
what's a Chinese harem doing in the Bahamas?
Raw dogging, apparently. but like that's kind of what happened there, and it almost destroyed the entire ecosystem. Effectively destroyed the entire ecosystem. The only thing that basically survived besides Solana was Radium.
Yeah,
that's it. Everything else was brand new.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make the argument that Solana is better than Ethereum, it's like, well, Radium's the best blockchain in the world. Did you see how much it came up last cycle? Like, because it outpaced Solana by a good bit. Why? Because it's in the Solana ecosystem, and it's
Radium went to zero. It went to zero.
Yes, it essentially did. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why people's like, well, because like normally when we talk about ecosystems, I talk about ecosystem tokens. And the only one I'd say, well, the only one worth a damn. And my thesis for it was it has legacy Solana that just won't go away. So like when you start like a Uniswap, or you start like, if you're the actual main DEX on the platform, you have money that just, the whales don't move the money.
Right.
People die. They lose access to keys, to cryptos. So some liquidity positions are just stuck there forever, and they're just grandfathered in. And that's what I bet on Radium on the last cycle, and that was correct.
Right. And then it's like, okay, Aerodrome.
Yeah.
This seems interesting as like a repeat of history, right? What is the one thing that every blockchain or every ecosystem needs? They need a DEX. So at the very least, as Coinbase and Base protocol grow, Aerodrome's only going to get better just based on that, because Coinbase ain't going
no pun
anywhere.
intended.
Yeah. Coinbase ain't going anywhere, and Coinbase is going to continue to grow, bring new customers. So Aerodrome's good. They're going to have a good amount of growth. But once they go and compete on Ethereum and take some of that market share, they're going to grow even more. So it's kind of like similar to the Radium play, except for that base was never in real danger.
Yeah.
But that plus it's actually going into a competitive chain. And
correct.
You were seeing this. I think we haven't really seen this in previous cycles so much, where you start getting projects in order to make sure they survive. They start replicating themselves on multiple chains.
Yeah,
We didn't
open up shops.
Yeah, we didn't really start seeing that until late 21 at earliest.
Yeah.
And it didn't really become a survival mechanism tool until I would say in this middle of this last bull market.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like that's absolutely true. And but there's some political reasons why some don't go to other places.
Oh,
absolutely. And that is like
that's the human aspect.
That's the human aspect, and we understand that, as well as like also like as an example, like probably Aerodrome is not going to go onto RH chain.
Yes,
it would be good if they did, though. I wouldn't
It'd
be
be
mad.
good for their pockets, yeah.
It'd be good for their pockets, but Coinbase would be like, hey,
yeah, not good for being part of the cabal.
Right. Like, hey, we don't party over there. Okay? We don't go to the Nickelodeon Island, all right?
That's a wise choice.
Wise choice. But we discussed all these things, and then a lot of this kind of went over a lot of people's head. But if you look back at all the webinars we did, we discussed all this. We said all this on multiple webinars for multiple times during 22 and 23, explaining this. And I think it's coming to a lot of people's heads like, oh shit, they did say all this.
Yeah. And one thing I was thinking about Pulse Chain in the early stage, I mean, there's two big things.
Okay.
One, I thought Richard Hart would stick around for a first cycle and then let the community take over. Yeah. He did that. He dropped it one cycle early. Basically. So that's one thing. But then what was the other thing with Pulse Chain?
The sacrifice of the launch? Or?
No. Oh, man, I was going.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it is like one of those things where I was
like,
I had it for a second, but then no. But basically, I mean, yeah, that part of it was huge in terms of like how long is Richard Hart going to stick around? You know, because he's not going to stick around forever. Right. That's a big aspect to its growth and everything like that.
And that is sort of a thing to get to like the chain at some point, but like it needs to grow to a certain size. It didn't grow to that size yet
to be able to like survive
without Richard or something. I mean, it would have been better off if he died. Like, I mean, I don't want that, but like,
yeah, actually,
but that would have been a storyline. Like, oh fuck, he died.
Yeah,
and we're gonna continue this on, and like, okay, now, like,
yeah, and then people actually step up instead of waiting for him to do something.
Correct.
Or he could fake his own death, even better. But what do you call it?
Most of your blockchains are failures. That's, I mean, let's be real.
He should have pulled that Canadian. What was that Canadian centralized exchange that the guy?
The guy who ran off with
Gerald Cotton.
Yeah,
he should have pulled the Gerald Cotton.
Gerald Cotton. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Well, yeah, no, because I mean, the thing with Pulse Chain is just that he hasn't done shit for it, right? He like Satoshi
on the marketing side.
Yeah, Satoshi brought Bitcoin up to a certain level, and like with promoting it, still talking about it, all those things, talking in the org forums, all that stuff. And so he didn't he got Hex to a good phase, but then like you said, he kind of clipped its wings by basically diluting it.
It's too many coins. I mean, like, you know, there needed to be just one Hex coin and then probably one Pulse Chain, and that's it. Like you do need an L1 gas token. You need that. There probably should have been all the tokenomics that are on PulseX should have just been in Pulse Chain. And Pulse Chain would be deflationary. Cool. And then you had Hex. That's just one token that you can buy on Ethereum. You can buy the Ethereum version or the wrapped version of it. You system-wide copy for all the Hex stakes. You can just stake whatever you have on. If it's too expensive over here, just stake it over here on Pulse Chain. They're one for one. They track themselves like perfect.
Oh, now I remember.
Done.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Now I remember. The thing I was going to say, the second thing I was going to say about Hex or Pulse Chain in the early days was it needs to get allies. If it's on its own island, if it's on its own island, it will die because it didn't do that cross collaboration. Like you were saying, there's politics involved.
Correct.
And unfortunately, Richard has.
I mean, that's how he got famous.
Yeah, but he has crypto banter, which offers to have him on. So he has like frenemies that are willing to work with him. So to some extent, at some point,
who's that Swedish guy? Ivan on Tech. Ivan on Tech's a homie. He invested in it.
Too. Yeah. He's more of the homie than he is, and he's just a little salty. But yeah, I think if he were to come back, bring the chain to a certain level, not just on a technical point of view, right? But in terms of like an education to the community point of view and everything like that, and then made some alliances, some ungodly alliances with some other chain in terms of, bringing projects around or getting some sort of hype going between them. If we were to do those two things, I think the community is there and is a very good community. So they will support that. But like, I would say if they did those two things, it would massively help the project. Of course, if you think about why wouldn't he do that, is because it takes probably about anywhere between 2.5 to 6 years of work, like dedicated.
And this is why launching the amount of work that Richard did have to do for Hex to get it to where it was monstrous.
Yeah,
actually,
monstrous. Great job.
And he did an incredible job. I've yet to see a community get built out like that outside. Because I wasn't around for the XRP to see that side of it, right? But I've been around crypto since 2016. I've seen the birth of just about 95% of all cryptos have been in existence. That's how old we've been, and the Hex community. It is testament that they're still here. They're still YouTubers. It's fucking massive community still, but they need dubs. But we still are in a bear market, so it kind of is what it is, and it's very likely that the ecosystem won't pump until Ethereum starts kind of getting on its way already, back. So once we're above $3,000, that's very likely when it bottoms. Doesn't mean that it's taking off, and but all shall pump in an Ethereum bull run.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, then
it's cooked. Yeah, absolutely. Where's the 1 billion? Well, it's technically wasn't $1 billion because most of the sacrifice was actually a Hex basically, and none of the Hex was sold because the market couldn't support. You couldn't sell
basically funny money.
It's funny money, yeah. So it was in reality, it was probably $600 to $500 million was the actual cash equivalent Ethereum and stable coins.
How much did he buy in Ethereum? I think it was 150,000 Ethereum or something.
Yeah, it was a pretty large amount.
$4,000 or what price?
$3,600.
Okay, so let's say $3,500.
$3,500, yeah, around there, roughly. Oh. Yeah, so around there, once we get to a $4,000 Ethereum and stuff they're positive and things can happen.
I would say he's gonna wait for a 2x, so $7,000 Ethereum. Once we hit that, then he's like, is it if Pulse Chain comes back and does really well, it'll start to creep back early in the first 3 years of the cycle. Mm-hmm. But in order for it to do a crazy pump, it has to be, in my opinion, during the crazy speculative part of the cycle. So the 2029, basically, late 28 going into 29. Once Ethereum's on that 2x from where he bought it at, then he can start maybe pumping some of that those profits into Pulse Chain to grow them, and then take more liquidity out for himself at some point. Right? It's a way to wash those profits, you could kind of say, to some extent. But if he does that, then it came out of nowhere, did really well. It's kind of like Mana in 2021, right?
Yeah, kind of it just goes, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, it was it was a good project. It did some stuff, went down, kind of did nothing for a long time, and then all of a sudden the speculative part of the market it did all its gains in 1 year.
He dropped the ball too. Because of they were after him. The SEC and the red notice in Europe and stuff was after him. Interpol.
He did get the SEC office back, which you gotta give him props for that.
Yeah, no, but they got to get rid of Interpol.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, because Europe is wow. They dropped the ball on everything, man. That's crazy. But yeah,
common EUL,
common EUL, yeah. So just to go back to kind of what we're originally talking about here a little bit with Solana, I think Solana can do very well. It's not as dangerous. It's not as big of a risk play. Since there's not that risk play, the reward is going to be a little less. Doesn't mean that it doesn't do well. If you look at it outside of Bitcoin or Ethereum, 80% of all the ETF purchases are between Solana and Hype. So one of my, I'm going to talk about this in the crypto mindset course. Actually, Charlotte, could you put up the
calendar?
The calendar, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Don't share the screen yet. I'll pull it up for a minute.
Thank you for the shirt comments. I bought this in Miami and stuff. I just got skinny enough to wear it again. And I'm being all jokes aside. Yeah, yes, I did.
He was looking like Tuco from Breaking Bad.
The bloody knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay,
tight. But this is what I'm going to be talking about in the quarter three thesis about where we could possibly go. This is one of my theories here, is that we always will get new L1s and L2s, but it could be very likely that the next Solana is probably going to end up being it could be hyper liquid or lighter, or it's going to be more DAP than L1 focus because we've already hit saturation on L1s and L2s.
And it's likely to be multiple of them.
Correct.
At the same time. So yeah, you got, as the crypto market gets more complex, so do the choices.
Right. That's a good question right here. So it's like how far into the 4-year cycle can we wait for Richard before calling it quits on Pulse? I mean, if Ethereum isn't doing shit, then it's just like we just keep rolling with it. But if like we're in 28 and Ethereum is like $7,000 or $8,000 and there's still nothing going on, that's it. But I'll just keep a moon bag. You never know. Like I'll tell you, I've been through so many cycles now that man, coins go out of control in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
So fuck it, I'm gonna ride it the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
I can see if someone doesn't have a bag, you're like, you can throw like $400 or $500, $1,000, just get a little a ticket to the crazy ride if it happens.
Yeah,
and that's a way to do it. And same thing with Sonic as an example. Sonic's so goddamn cheap. Throw some shekels in there, get yourself like $100K Sonic, and stop paying attention.
In terms of tokens,
yes.
Big differentiation.
Yeah, in tokens. I didn't finish the sentence. Why do you guys got it like that? Come on. Yeah, I still like Sonic. Sonic's still alive. It's fine. I like how they fired Andre.
Yeah, and even if you got it like that, it's not the smartest move. But like a lot of tokens, we find like, okay, like if you, let's say you have a multiple 6-figure bag, like how much of a token in terms of dollar value do you need to buy to get like a really good lick of, let's say, anywhere from 6 figures to 7 figures in growth? Usually it's between $10,000 to $40,000 without stretching yourself too much, maybe 50K in a position, but not really more than that. If you're going more than 50K in one position,
depends on how much money you have though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
normal people, like normal.
No, I'm talking about like multiple 6 figures into the 7-figure range of your total portfolio. I'm just talking about what's the lowest, like, because for example, let's say you have $1 million.
Okay.
Right. How much is $50,000? That's based
for 5%.
5%. Right. So if you look at what we talk about in the portfolio section of the course, where we're saying, hey, this is a moonshot, right? I don't want this as a majority of my portfolio by any means, but if it hits, it's awesome.
Right.
Right. That's about 5% of the portfolio, let's say. Okay.
And you make some of these investments when things are at the like where we're at right now.
Right. Exactly.
Because those multiples are there.
Yeah. So I'm going off of what you're saying with Pulse Chain and Sonic, right? And so if you had $1 million, you're like, okay, those are the two that I just want to see if it ever comes back. $10,000 to $50,000, 1 to 5% is pretty much what you'd look for. And you're not looking for, okay, this is going to make my whole portfolio. What you're looking for is that's going to go anywhere. Let's say you put $30,000 in it. It does a 20x. That's $600,000 at the beginning of the stage of the portfolio. That was 60% of your portfolio gained.
Yeah.
The whole portfolio would have gone up by that point. So it's now no longer 60% of your portfolio because your portfolio is much bigger, but that's about how much money for that size that you need to have success. And so if you go down one rung lower and you're at $100,000 in your portfolio, same game. You go down to 10,000, different game.
Yeah.
Because when you're below 10,000, you got to concentrate more. You can't,
Correct.
You can't put like a shot like that can fuck up your portfolio real good.
Right.
So you have to like, it's kind of hard because like you see the numbers everybody else is making. You're like,
and this is why we have these webinars here, like on August 6th, diversified versus concentrated portfolios. And then we are going to have more advanced portfolio talk inside the Crash Out course as well. But like just to talk about the ones right here, like on August 6th, right there as well. We're August 2nd, the risk management 101. We're going to be going over this as well. And on August 14th, fast money versus slow money.
Correct. And when you get past $10 million, also different game.
Correct.
So
much different game.
So you go towards more of the Michael Saylor route, right? So we're going to talk about all that stuff. I think it's really interesting. And then, how can you apply those lessons to yourself?
Right. Right.
Maybe you're not in, Michael Saylor's league, but okay, there's some things that he is doing in that strategy that are smart. Okay. Which ones of those can I pull into my portfolio? Even though maybe I only have like a $5,000 crypto portfolio. Right. Well, maybe I'm just going to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. It's not going to be the hugest gainer, but it's going to make sure that I don't lose my $5,000. Cool. Like stuff like that. So we'll go through it. It's fun.
So Oak says like, we don't need to build a bag in altcoins until Bitcoin bombs. Well, I mean, so we've already recommended people start DCAing. There's people who are saying, don't look, if you have, when
it's up to you. Yeah.
It is up to you, right? At the end of the day, sorry.
it is up to you at the end of the day. But when you don't have money, time is your friend.
Correct.
So there is people like there is I don't want to say names, but like there's people out here that says like I haven't even started DCAing yet. They have a lot of money.
Mm.
They're right. Like honestly, I could just wait and just like, okay, I think the bottom's in, bam, I hammer it in, and then DCA from there. Sure, but like I'm trying to be like a shepherd, and Charlie as well. Like where like I'm putting my money in my mouth. I've started DCAing into some positions and BTC into some Ethereum, some Solana, some Arrow. I haven't done hype yet, but like, you know, Tau, I've already started as well. And it's to basically put that into your guys' head. Like, all right, like we know a lot of guys, like some guys who've been with us previous cycles, they have plenty of capital, like they're running a different strategy. But if you're a person that's barely starting your portfolio for the first time, you just need to get going because you don't like, if you're only able to put like $500 or $1,000 into the market, time is going to be your best friend.
Yes,
because you're close enough on the entry. The crypto could go down another 20% lower, and that'll be the low. And the difference of you waiting your $500 a month or $1,000 a month is negligible. You just need to put it in now because like the percentage gain of not putting it at 20% lower is nothing.
Yes,
basically. So time is your friend. So you just gotta fucking go.
Yeah, and then earn. So that's why we have the Making Money with AI webinar on the 10th, plus the pre-recorded webinars on AI. Education basically. Right. Those ones are to get your income up, right? So it's like, this is the one thing I love about crypto is it does motivate you to increase, your finances. So, hey, that job you're doing for the last 5 years, how come you haven't gotten a promotion? Well, let's fix that, right? Let's go use AI as a tool to basically get you a promotion because you deserve one, right? You've been working hard. You just haven't asked for it. Maybe your current company won't give it to you. All right, let's go on a job search.
Or maybe it's time to fuck the HR lady. I mean, I don't know. Like, we
got
to do.
Maybe it has to be the CEO, but it depends on who that is.
We have to use our advantages. Of course, if you're single, you have to use your advantages where you can. You know,
and so we won't go into hoeing with AI. We won't go into hoeing with AI during the webinars, but if you
possibly in the crash out,
if you do ask us,
no, the CEO is a little. But what if you get like if you're smaller? I don't know. Obviously, I know like it's always. I mean, if you actually end up like your CEO, you become friends with your CEO. There's nothing wrong with that if you guys actually can.
Where's your gay button?
Oh, bro. A late pipe to rise, man. Pipe Fitters Union. But no. But all jokes aside, but like it's the same thing. Like you may work a smaller company, and you actually really do become good friends. Like just become friends, and that and it isn't in a malicious way. Where like I'd rather work in a workplace where like I'm liked and people.
It's networking.
It's networking, right? And look, there is a line like between like brown nosing.
Yes.
And like, wow, I'm actually good friends with this guy. Like, I'm good friends with this guy, and then and you come to be friends, you can be more real. Like, tell me, am I fucking up? Dude, you're fucking up, bro.
Yeah,
tighten it up. He may give you like, bro. If I didn't tell you that, you would have probably been fired in 6 months. You may get 2 years now, or changed it all up. I'm serious.
And maybe it's like, hey, you've run your course in this company, you've done everything, you've basically gained everything you can. Cool. Let's move on, right? And I think the job search can be very scary for people, but AI, if you use it properly during a job search, just makes it 10 times easier. Like changing jobs and getting a pay raise of at least 10 to 15%.
Right.
For most people, if let's say they've been with their current company for 3 or more years, really not that hard.
Right.
You can, but you have to be willing to change environment. And that's the thing. That because you could go into, hey, I'm friends with the CEO and everybody here, but they just ain't giving me that raise because I've capped off my skills or something.
Or the company's maxed out.
Right. Yeah. But then if I go over to this other company, I'm not friends with the CEO anymore.
Yeah.
And they're paying me more. But, is it more risk for either socially or is it more risk in terms of,
the move might be dramatic.
Or maybe they'll fire me at some point. Right. Like, you have to be willing to take the risk. And like, if the next move, the funny thing is like if you do end up hopping a couple jobs because, oh shit, the second one, I stayed there for like a year and a half, but wasn't quite it. And then you get to the third one. Like, to be honest, people do get financially rewarded for making a couple hops in a brief period of time and then sticking on something.
Sticking with something. Yeah.
Yeah.
that actually pays them.
What was it called? Not leapfrogging, but
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like leapfrogging, but it's a smart. They've done studies on this and stuff where like, yeah, if you hop around a couple of jobs every like maybe once every 3 years, every 2 years, and then chill somewhere, and versus a person who stays. It's so sad. Like loyalty doesn't get like rewarded like that sometimes.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, the past it did.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
And some corporations, yes, like there is like, especially if you're starting more smaller, you do get rewarded.
If they're more of like a startup or like you have like a pretty big impact, like it's a company of less than, let's say, 50 people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But
once you get past 100, it starts to be competition.
You don't see like the Target CEO where he works his way up and everything.
Yeah. Like as our corporation grows, Kyle have underlings under him.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how it does go. Like, and you like us as employers, we want to basically like reward the guys that have been with us here the long. Same thing with it. Like anytime if like we'll keep supporting you guys forever, but like if a company like as the amount of students come in, obviously we're like, but we'll always remember you OGs. Yeah, we know you guys have been here long. Don't worry, but we got you guys. You know, it's rewarding loyalty. But there's a lot of people who don't have it that way, don't see it that way, and then they do very like kind of messed up or very dubious things. And
they're playing the 48 Laws of Power game too hard.
Yeah, actually, I have a crazy ass like tweet here, like for VC money. Like, oh my god, it was so crazy. It was like, and it supposedly was a real thing where like, someone like lent money to a NVIDIA and like basically like he was threatened by the VC, don't lose my fucking money, you motherfucker, I'll kill you. Like it was like that level of shit. He's like, oh, I miss the old days. Because like that's another thing when you take money too, like, oh my god, like you know, people offer. I mean, like I won't say too much, but like we get offers to like people offer money to try to buy us out or do all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Why don't you guys rep our exchange? It's super trustable. Don't worry.
Real fungible, real trackable.
6 months later, they go down.
They're gone.
But we wanted to help you guys succeed, right? And so the more money you have, the better you can do overall with your investments. But this whole webinar series here, 2.5 week boot camp. Yeah. Not that much time over the long course of things, and it will have an outsized impact on your financial standing,
right?
Compared to the daily grind that you're putting in into your job and stuff. So the way that the ratio that I kind of look at it is minimum $30, let's say on average 20 minutes a day in crypto on average, right? Over the course of a week, is like basically your minimum viable option for doing it well, versus with your job, your minimum viable option is 8 hours a day, because that's where you have to go to the office. So like and then you can make eventually you can make as much money, like you said yesterday, with your investments as you do get in a month, in a week, in a year of your salary, or over maybe eventually your entire lifetime of your career. So that 20 minutes versus 8 hour ratio, it's pretty sweet. But then some people are like, nah, I'm not going to do that for 20 minutes because it's too much work. Like, bro, you're literally in front of a computer grinding every day. Why don't you just like take 20 minutes out of your actual work time? Be like, I'm going on a break, boss. I did that shit in 2017 so fucking much, bro. I just milked the fuck out of it. I was like, our boss, because we were making, it was me and John. We were like, what do you call it? Doing really, really good in our sales. So our sales manager couldn't really say shit to us.
Cutting you slack on anything, basically. Yeah.
Well, he had to.
He had to.
Yeah. And so like we'd go for like hour and a half lunches at steak restaurants and shit. We'd come back like, talking about crypto shit. And he'd just be like in his desk, like kind of seething a little bit, but not able to say anything, at least to me, because I was the best salesman in our division. But he did say some shit to John, which is hilarious. But like, what do you call it? That was the best, because in 2017, everything was going up in the investments. We were killing it. It was a good time. And yeah, man, like you can tell your boss to fuck off a little bit more, when you're in a bull market and things are great. So to me, that was worth more than the 20 minutes every day, because I had an hour and a half full commute every day. So it was 45 minutes one way, 45 minutes the other minimum. And on the train, the amount of crypto Twitter that I devoured, bro, was insane.
Yeah.
I was like crypto Twitter hound.
That's how I learned as well. I mean, that's where I literally learned crypto, was on Twitter.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing in our jobs, just different jobs. And so we have to like kind of calibrate that to it. Like you're more, you were working more landscaping, you were outside. So
I was doing more video, audio.
You could
work,
listen more. Like I when I had downtime, I could trade on my centralized exchange at my desk. One time I was talking to one of my junior coworkers and I was like, you ever see anybody make $50,000 on one trade? And I just press a button like, let's start this bitch. Good times, but
good times, man.
Yeah.
Kyle, show my screen for a second. So this is also the thing too about like on the company side, like why things can change. Like the company was being run so well, but they sell it to a VC or a VC becomes a partner, and then things stop. The fund police is here basically. Sequoia and Shutter Hill Ventures wired $2 million to a 3-person chip startup called NVIDIA. The round valued the company at roughly $6 million. Don Valentine told Jensen that if he lost the money, he would kill him.
Hey, well, that motivated him enough to do very well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret sauce to NVIDIA's success.
Fuck, man.
Probably is to some extent, actually.
I bet you he remembers that too. Yeah. Fuck, man. But that's what we're talking about here, you know. And then I'll probably bring this back as well, but like when it comes to the fundamentals and stuff, like are you more of a audio, are you more visual, are you more an audio kind of like I'm more of an audio, so I'm a pretty good listener and stuff.
Auditory learner.
Yeah. But also because I was forced in that position. Yeah. I love watching videos and stuff, but like I just couldn't because of my work. So I still to this day it's still a habit. I have headphones in my pocket right now. Like even right, I bet you I still have like 1 or 2 pairs on me. Let's see.
Yeah, it's funny because like I'm more of a visual learner. So when I look at street names, I usually look at landmarks instead of the actual names on the street. Yeah. So that's what kind of brought me into charting a lot more because it's like, oh, I can see that and I can experience it that way.
Got the headphones on me and corded, wired because no extra power source. The power source is the phone. I hated having like Bluetooth headphones because like
they just turn off.
They turn off, and you're like, oh my god,
you're like, I'm slaving away here. And this is actually the thing that's keeping me going
from killing myself, literally.
but then it's like, and then it turns off, and you're just like, you're hotter, you're more tired, you're like, fuck,
and now bored, bored out of my fucking gourd.
It takes 10. If the day feels 10 times longer.
It honestly, it really does. And this is actually back in the day. Like I'm not even joking around. I listened to every single like I would tell Charlie sometimes like I think I listened to every piece of crypto content today. Like all of it. Yeah. Like there wasn't any of any of the major. I mean, obviously some fucking channel with 100 followers.
I mean, it can't like not in terms of every piece of crypto content, but in terms of everything that's top line important to crypto.
Correct.
Yeah. You know, at this stage of the bear market, every single time, like we're like, what else is happening?
Yeah.
When you get to the phase of what else is happening, you either got 2 moves left in the cycle. You either have capitulation of a bottom and then returned upside, or you already have your bottom in and you returned upside. In 2018, when it was the most boring, that was when Bitcoin was at $6,000 flat, pretty much, or $6,000 to $7,000 from, I think it was July through October. And then the last part of the year, it was like, boom, 6,000 to 3,000 bottom and then come out, right?
Yeah.
And so when you get to that boring part, you could still get that big capitulative move. Now we're not gonna, that was 50%.
Right.
We're not going to get 50% on Bitcoin like that, like we used to, right?
Watch me.
So, I mean, look at the numbers, 60,000.
Okay.
Boring, 60 to 70,000, same numbers.
Yeah.
Is it going to go down to 30? Probably not, because that would be the same move as what it did in 2018. We are 8 years later. Bitcoin is naturally less volatile to the upside and the downside because
we have more players, more inflow.
Yep.
We have ETFs
Wall
now.
Street's competing.
They're in. You can buy Bitcoin almost damn near everywhere now. Almost. Yep. I mean, sure, we need Vanguard. Vanguard. My speculation is Vanguard's either going to make the bottom or is going to confirm the bottom.
Correct. I agree, 100%.
It just depends on where they choose. And I don't know why people misunderstood this. I said this on a past stream, and then I got so many comments on. It's always Instagram people. God damn, dude. Like, it's either it's like one day it's YouTube comments are bad, the next day it's like Instagram comments are bad. But I said that it's extremely unlikely that Bitcoin's going to go below $40,000. The price that the BlackRock ETF launched.
Yes,
because it's a competitive advantage. Because when they show the total history, it has always been in profit.
Mm-hmm.
The ETF started at, let's just call it 40 grand. It's currently at $66,000. It's literally over 50% in profit right now. That looks very good on paper because that's what people do. The people are simply, they're just like, oh,
yep.
All right, this thing is, the direction's all right. All right, let's jump in.
That's literally Larry.
That's
Fink's,
it.
Larry Fink's like, looks like we got stability around 60,000 here. All right, let's go. Like,
Let's go.
I mean, he
Yeah.
literally said that the other day.
No, absolutely. And you're trying to get some big investors coming in, also like starting to really buy some BTC and Ethereum as well, actually.
Yeah, Ethereum, actually, if you look at all altcoins, so anything that's not Bitcoin,
right?
Inflows, outflows over the last 1 year, Ethereum's one of the only ones with a mass positive.
Yeah.
I think they're plus like 325 million.
Nice.
Which is like, yay, it's like not that much money. They've most gone in, most has come out.
Right.
But the other coins, like Arbitrum, has like, I don't know how this is possible. It's like negative, no? It's like it wasn't exactly, but it like basically went back to where it came from. Nobody's investing in that shit when it comes to the ETFs and stuff like that. But yeah, over the last, let's see here. Sure, if you want to. Over the last 3 weeks, we've had inflows of 200 million, 75 million, and 430. So what did I say the other day on our show? I said Bitcoin can withstand pluses and minuses of 100, let's say $200 million or less, and not have too much impact on price. So if you take out $200 million, Bitcoin doesn't really care. You put in $200 million, Bitcoin cares a little bit, but not that much, right? Versus once you get past, I would say about 350, 400 on Bitcoin. I'm talking about, let's say here on a at least weekly basis, but even daily basis, that has price impact. So this week we've seen 430 million. That's held Bitcoin just under that 67,000. So the fact that we've had 3 weeks of inflows here is important because where was it? Yeah, we'd had from October of last year, we never really had consistent inflows on any of those dates. And then we had consistent outflows. Where did we get consistent inflows again? February to March, 4 weeks in a row. Then April to May, basically 6 weeks in a row. Now we're at 3 weeks in a row. So early part of a trend. Maybe we only go one more week of that green and then Wall Street starts taking out again. That's possible, of course.
Yeah.
But somewhere within probably the next 1 month, you'll see them start taking out either on 1 week or maybe multiple weeks again. So watching this and just seeing how big the impact is important. Because I mean, look at that. In order to nuke Bitcoin in May from 78,000 down to 68,000 or 65,000, they had to take out $1 billion, 1.25, 1.5, 1.7 billion every single week in order to crash price. So that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of
a lot of money to sell. So I hope they like, what do you call it? At this stage, I'm just like BlackRock. It's easier to buy. Just keep buying. But but yeah, watching those inflows, outflows is important.
Absolutely. Where is this? Okay, cool. So really? Wow. So yeah, I mean that's where's my comment section here? Here we go. But like, if you really want some advice, brother, just hit me up on the DM, dude. Like he's always asking like steroid questions and fucking.
He's talking about creatine and water retention.
Join the Citadel. I'll answer your questions in there, brother. But like, yeah, creatine ain't gonna do nothing to you, bro. You like water. Just if you're doing like 30 grams of creatine, yeah, there might be a little bit of bloat, but you know you're probably gonna shit your asshole out because you're not used to taking much creatine at one time. Your stomach will hurt, and it's almost going to hit you like you're taking a massive amount of like a
fiber supplement,
like a fiber supplement, essentially. So you're going to like shit yourself.
Also depends on how lean you are, because then you won't really notice it.
I ate at the top of the truck all day, Miguel.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about all this stuff. I actually last night I talked about a lot about this. I talked about peptides last night in the Citadel, and a whole host of other things. For some reason, you know, purple onion came up or something. And thank you, Jose, for that information. Apparently, but you're fine. You're not going to look too bloated on Anavar with like creatine. It's not going to make much of a difference. Just drink your water. If you're correctly drinking the right amount of water, you're flushing out water anyway. And most of the water you're holding as glycogen and stuff, it's going to be stored in your muscles. That's why your muscle bellies look fuller, and that's why you have more ATP production, and you actually can do more force because you have your muscles are more. You have more water in your muscles, basically. So you're fine. You can't run Anavar for fucking ever because it shoots up your bad cholesterol. Like your triglycerides will go up like crazy and shit. So that's the negative on it. It's pretty hair safe for the most part. There's some people who are just unblessed genetically with like orals and stuff, but Anavar is about the safest like oral you can probably take, but it doesn't bloat you. It's usually used in leaning and bulking. It's pretty versatile, but I mean, women take it. I mean, that's all you should know. So you're fine, dog. And the internet's pretty retarded for the most part, looking for answers and stuff like that. But you're fine. And if you're really worried about bloating, then you're probably going to take oral Winstrol. But it's a 50. It's almost like a coin flip. Some people's joints hurt really bad on it, and some people they're fine. It makes you really strong, but eventually, like it really dries you out. That's like a hardening compound that people use during cuts and stuff. So
doesn't Winnie hurt injecting?
Liquid Winnie, yeah, it's a lot weaker and stuff like that too. But it's painful injection if you're the injectable version of it. But anything is possible. Yeah, trend hard and never give up. But yes, there you go. Let me see. But yeah, that's what we're talking about for Solana, Ethereum, BTC, and yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Ooh, okay, got it. All right, that's good. Let me go back to the new comments here. Yeah, make sure. Yeah, glutathione's really actually pretty good for your liver as well, but you have to like be really careful how much you take. You might fucking blast your asshole out and stuff. But that stuff makes you look good. Like that's actually one supplement I'm actually going to experiment next with is like some glutathione injectable. I get it in IVs. Yeah. But I have noticed since I got my IV, like I have de-bloated a ton, and it's like also I'm not as sick anymore. But glutathione is really good for you, but you have to be really careful on the dose, and you're only supposed to really do it like 3 times a week. But it's like pretty good for you. It's really powerful. I think it might be one of the most powerful antioxidants you could take. You know, so. But I digress. Back to crypto, beautifully. But you know, we're going to be talking about all these coins and stuff. Actually, we haven't even shared we should probably look at the prices right now on crypto, see what's going on. But BTC is like just silently just edging back up. I mean, we're at 66,000 right now.
Yep, just chilling.
A week or two ago, we're like at 62. Sad. Ethereum's almost close. I mean, Ethereum's actually lagged behind a little bit today, but comparative to BTC. But I mean,
what's it at now?
$1,900.
Yeah,
$34. It's a great price for Ethereum. Yeah,
I mean, like
Solana's still at 77. It's stuck in this $2 range bound.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bitcoin just shy of 70. Probably is where it starts getting some trouble. Or in terms of like resistance, and then Ethereum 2,000, right? Solana 80 to 84. That region.
Do you think it finds resistance at like? Well, obviously 2,000 is the round number.
2,000 to 22.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're kind of giving Bitcoin 68 to 70 or 71, right? You're giving Ethereum 2,000 to 2,200. You're like Solana, let's say $80 to $84. But that's where they all kind of come into the same area of, okay, can they pass this area? If they do, it could be bullish. But since we're in bear market, it's more likely that they don't. Yeah. But only time will tell.
Right. Bjorn, I have no idea what you're talking about. You have to rewrite that. I have no idea what you're talking about. We gotta let's answer some of the super chats here. Go ahead, Kyle. We'll read them.
Got SWE Builds with 199 saying is 33,000. I'm guessing income enough to make it.
I'm not sure if you're talking about ink token or income.
Yeah, it might be 33,000 ink or income. I'm not sure exactly.
I think he's asking ink.
Ink, the Pulse Chain token.
Yeah.
It doesn't currently do anything. It's not really the.
Alex isn't really active. The founder.
No, it's the ink. It's the inflation token that's doing that.
For some reason I was thinking, what was the one that Alex is in charge of? Hedron. For some reason I was thinking about that stuff. I don't know.
I mean, that's a lot of tokens. That is a lot of tokens. So I mean, hopefully it is, but like it has to get back to multiple dollars and stuff for you to maybe make some cash on it and stuff. I don't even know the price of ink right now. I dumped that shit a long time ago. That was a very smart move on my part. Go to Spooky Bear.
We got Spooky Bear with the 199 saying, "What's your range of price to acquire Bitcoin at
now?"
Basically, I mean, you're looking at bottom versus top and like what the levels are, right? So anything under the true market mean, which is about right now, 76,000, maybe 76,500. I have to take a look at it. Anything under there, that's where Bitcoin starts to get cheap, right? Below 70,000, decently cheap. Below 60,000, very cheap. Below 50,000, extremely cheap. Below 40,000, I think it's not going to happen. If it did happen, buy as much as you can. So those are kind of the ranges of like, how aggressive it would be. Which ones are the most likely? I think, we're already getting the 70s and the 60s, of course. So, if we get into the 50s again, I think a lot of people are going to be buying. So I think it's going to be hard. You might wick below 50K for a bit if we get a crash into October. But generally speaking, I think there's a lot of buying power in the 50K range, basically to about 50 to 65K. There'll probably be a lot of bids at that area.
Right. And like also in terms of like a range, because I'm going to talk about this a lot in the next two courses about just the DCA range.
Yeah.
Because like a big part of the quarter three thesis is kind of going over like what's the DCA strategy into 27.
Yes.
Because I will be DCAing into 27, of course, but like,
and we will be above 80,000 when that happens.
Yeah.
And so it's like DCing as much as you can below that area is very helpful.
Is very helpful. So like so last cycle, right? BTC crashed down to $15,500, right? And the zone, so I was DCing from that point all the way up until $52,000, which has been in 100% profit this entire time.
Yep.
Now, obviously, that's not going to be the zone this time, right? So we haven't even hit 52, so it's like basically
have trouble even getting below 57.
Correct.
And 60.
Yeah, we're like for that few weeks, we were grinding $1,000 lower every week. Essentially, we kept hitting like 59 and 58, 57, and then we're at right now.
Yeah.
I would probably like my gut. Honestly, it's probably going to be like it's early still because we haven't hit that bottom just yet or confirmed the 100% bottom, but probably like you're safe to buy Bitcoin under 100 grand.
Yes,
basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Now to 100. Like
once we pass 100 grand, we're 100% guaranteed we're in a brand new bull market. Like that's by definition of, breaking the trend essentially. Right. So, under 100 grand would technically be like good.
Right.
But yeah, Spooky Bear says, sounds like it's a solid buy right now. Absolutely. That's why I think that was the upper comment. Yeah. That's why we're doing this for the Crypto Mindset course for Q3, because we want people to get the sauce here that we do every day in the month of July. Then August will be the sauce within the course and the Crash Out course. September will come back onto YouTube, but we'll support everybody to the end of Q3 and into the early parts of October. So I think during this period, if we do go lower, then we're basically getting into the best part of the dip. If we already have the low and we start coming out, then we already have plays basically, and we're not FOMOing so much when price increases. We just, look for what hasn't hit yet or what is still cheap.
Exactly. And, I wish the prices were kind of better in terms of that, but this is what happens is Bitcoin's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like Charlie said, there'll be a time next cycle possibly that we'll never see 60K again.
Yes.
And it's going to keep happening. Mm-hmm. The time every cycle is just going to keep getting higher and higher. And Bitcoin's going to start getting fucking really expensive. It's already expensive enough. Like the average, whatever you make, right? The average American really has about like 20% of the income is disposable income.
Right.
Some people are really disposing their income. But like, if you're making 100 grand, you're probably fucking off 20 grand, like your bills, this, that. And then you have 20 grand that you're spending on knickknacks, video games, this, that, going to the bar, restaurants. And if you really buckle down, you might have 40% of that possibly. But like if you're a person that's making like 60 grand, you're talking about 20% of your income is only like $12,000. So that's not even that's maybe 20% of a BTC if you catch it right. So and that's using all the money that you make that year just into BTC, right? So, the numbers are going to keep getting crazier. I mean, it could be a cycle where like we won't go below 180 grand. on BTC,
Yeah.
and it's like fuck, it's like that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think in terms of the 60 grand mark. So if we're looking at, let's look at two scenarios.
Okay.
The low is in, or we go a little bit lower. So if we're looking, and we don't need to share it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
We've already gone down 54% from top to bottom, roughly speaking. If Bitcoin in the next cycle were to hit 200,000 and go down 54%, that's $91,000. That means, this is the last chance to hit Bitcoin under 60,000 ever again, or at 60,000, right? If you go down lower to, let's say, $47,000, that is a roughly 62% decline. If we hit 200,000 in the next cycle, 62% decline would still be $75,000, which actually makes sense because there's a lot of support in that area. We've had a lot of movement around there. So under 60K Bitcoin, maybe we have 3-4 months of that left ever, or maybe it's gone already. Bruh. Yeah. So, and that was the dream, back in 21 price.
Right.
So the dream in 2025 price, $125,000 Bitcoin, maybe that's just the low of, one of the next upcoming bear markets.
Yeah.
And then we'd never go below 100 ever again. That's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. Could happen next cycle. Could happen the next bear market, or it could happen
the next one.
The next
Yeah.
one.
So basically 2030 or 2034, one of those 2 years.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say by 2034, 35. You never see Bitcoin under 100,000 again. That would definitely be safe to say, especially if we're going to 1 million by 2040. So
yeah. And all this and more in the Crypto Mindset course, man. Like we're gonna be talking about all this thing with you guys. We're gonna be gone for the whole month of August. And shoot, who knows? Maybe a little bit into the next month.
Yep.
Absolutely. It depends how it ends up going. But we're definitely going to support everybody that's in the Crypto Mindset course as well, in the Crash Out course. We'll be having webinars the whole quarter.
Yep.
The Crash Out course. We did something very special on the last Crash Out course. Is we ended up, instead of just bunching all the classes together, we kind of timed them out in order to just help people, like during these like wick down events, or like, oh, there's some action here. Let's have a webinar. Let's talk. Obviously teaching about like certain, like kind of like we saw something in the market, or like, oh, this is a really good teaching event, or, here's a topic that we really liked, or maybe a very special mystery guest. Right. We did a lot of that. And we were doing webinars the day before we launched the CMC on the 10th. On the 9th, we were doing webinars for the Crash Out. So don't miss out, because that train is a closing.
Yep.
Yeah. So
in a bear market, feels like you have forever, and then it's gone. And then it's gone.
And it's gone. It's really gone fast. Yeah, because dude, it did feel like I felt like I had more of a chance to buy $3,000 to $4,000 Bitcoin in 2019 than I did buying 15,000.
Yeah, 15 to 20. Yeah, you actually did. I think
it went by really quick. But we were quick on the trigger on that one. It's like,
it came back to 20 real quick.
Yeah,
22.
But damn, I felt like I had I had a little bit more time to buy $3,300, BT, $3,800 BTC, and 4,000. I remember, damn, BTC felt so expensive at 6. Imagine now, $6,000 buys you 10% of a BTC.
Yeah,
6,000 used to buy you a full Bitcoin.
Yeah,
full Bitcoin.
Well, and now if we take that, what we were talking about earlier, that comparison of 6,000 dropping down to 3,100,
right,
in the 2018 bear market, right? If we take 60,000 to 30,000, that's very unlikely.
Yeah.
If we take half of that, that's 45,000 possible.
Possible, yeah.
Right? If we take a little bit less than that, 50 to 55K, very possible still.
Right.
But like you said before, the more that time runs out at the end of the 4-year cycle, the closer we get to midterms, essentially, the less, and let's say we can't crack 60K for the life of us. Yeah, low could be in. And I mean, when I see a spooky bull out here, I'm like, low's not in then. No, I'm joking. But no, we have I've talked about this several times over the last couple of weeks, just with the DTCC coming in and making 24/7, 365 Wall Street. Robinhood saw that, said, we're coming in this month too, right? And then, but once we get to October, I think it's going to be really hard to crash Bitcoin's price to a new low for the year beyond October or beyond mid-October, just because so much of Wall Street will already have the green light by the time we get to about Halloween.
Right.
So Yeah, get as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as you can now. And if anytime we go under 60K, right, just buy hard.
I mean, I'm still DCing right now, and then if we we do get red, then I'll buy heavier.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you go. But I'm also keeping my eyes out for a couple alts because some alts are going to bottom with BTC. Other ones, you have time,
right?
And we're going to discuss which ones are which during the CMC. Is also the 50 coin list as well.
Mm-hmm.
But just to answer this final question here from Bjorn here, all I say is different is 50% say you don't need Anabar because it's midlife. 50% say you can. I mean, So it has two effects. One, it makes you really strong. So it's really good for gym performance, but you're right, you can't run it for fucking ever, especially if you're running like 50 milligrams or some crazy dose like that. The other half is when you're leaner, it has a really good cosmetic effect of making your muscle bellies look full, so you look fucking really jacked on it. That's what you're doing. You're taking it for it because like for that 8 weeks you're on it, or 12 weeks you're on it, you look fucking like Superman. And then you get off of it. That's what it's fair. So you're using it as a tool, and it's usually either like you're trying to break through a plateau in the gym during like a light bulk or like kind of neutral phase, or you're on your like last 8, 12 weeks of a cut basically. And it works sort of like a kind of a dumber version of trend where like it helps you hold on to muscle while you're fucking low in calories while you're cutting down and stuff like that. It absolutely does work. But the reason some people say 50% this and there's the half-life is because it's like you basically are supposed to split your dose. You're not supposed to just take one pill. You're supposed to like cut your pill in half and take it like once every 8 hours or something like that. Some people like split it into thirds and take it every 8 hours. So like you basically get the whole, like one before you go to sleep, one when you wake up, one before training, that's how people take it and stuff. But everyone's different. You just do what you got to do. I mean, it works. I know people on it. It fucking works. It's ridiculous, but it's just like, I understand, but it was because when you're actually cutting, you're most people either cut on Mastron or Mastron or I guess Equipoise or on what's the other one? My God, not Winnie. Well, yeah, Winnie as well. But like basically, people were doing injectable because they could just take it for longer. But like orals are not as good as injectables, but like they do have their place.
Yeah.
So. But bro, you probably need to get a consultation with somebody that does that for a living, bro. Like if you have this many questions, man, like don't wreck yourself, dog. Be careful.
Health is not to be played with lightly.
Yeah.
Spooky Bear making too much sense here. I'm like, God damn it.
I know. I mean, that's what
God damn it.
I'm getting scared by everybody, bro. I'm getting scared by everybody. Everyone's like, we're all agreeing. Fuck. Hold up.
But this is part of my thought as well.
Yeah.
When everybody in crypto says this is going to happen like this, like we get a new wrinkle.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
An angel loses wings. but it's absolutely true. And then the same thing too. When I was people, I'm gonna take these huge loans out in October when I buy the loan. You're probably gonna miss the low.
Yeah,
you're gonna miss the low.
Take it now.
Yeah, you can take a loan. Do it now.
So tomorrow's stream delayed because Charlie Miguel go to all the banks in Las Vegas.
No credit union unturned.
Well, I'd be like, my credit union, look, check this out.
You buy this for $39.99. Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby. You're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move. I act quick. I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com. Boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby, because you bought it for $39.99.
Welcome to the male delusion triangle. You have money, you are strong, or you are emotionally stable. You can only pick two. If you have money and you're strong, you drift on an hourly basis between suicidal and homicidal. If you are strong and you're emotionally stable, you are a brokey. If you are emotionally stable and you have money, you are a weak bitch. You can only pick two. Where am I, you ask? I am Not here. I am in the circle that has nothing. I am a weak bitch. I am a brokey, and I am not emotionally stable. I live right here.
Yeah. Can you put the last comment by Spooky Bear?
Saying just like retail was saying Bitcoin is going to 140 in late 2025, but then BTC topped in October at
You can blame the
124.
Chinese on that one. Yeah, but anyway, keep going.
What?
I said you can blame the Chinese on the top
Yeah.
in October.
Yeah, 1010 event, man.
10-10.
Everyone's now calling for 40 to 50K Bitcoin. The low is 58K this time.
But I want to say this, that I was calling that low before everyone else was calling that low. I was
Yes.
in 2025, I was saying what's very likely to be low. I've been saying $52,000. That's $1 trillion market cap. But it could be slightly above that. That's totally fine. But like, just because it's like I said that zone right there, I'm already buying ahead of that zone. So I'm making sure I'm rugging Miguel from the future. on that because I know like I've been buying it. I mean, I've been mostly buying a little more Ethereum, really, honestly, but like some BTC and buying a little here and there and stuff like that, putting it away. When you got a kid, man, you start really thinking, man, like, damn, I gotta squirrel some of this shit away, man. Like it's smart. It's making me a slightly little bit less degenerate. Just a teeny bit less degenerate. But just being smart with it and everything like that. I know I'm normally right. And historically, when enough time passes and enough information comes out, it shows that I was right. But still, like you always front run the DCAs, and I've done this we've done this every single time.
Yeah.
And every bear market is like I start the DCA a little early, and then it also like what happens is when you don't DCA for a while, you get kind of like you become a sniper where you're afraid to shoot the shot. So by buying, you're flexing that muscle to start purchasing a little bit, and then when you see, oh fuck, the price is really good. Then you come in with like real heavy duty like DCAs.
Look, Clarence, mate, it doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore. Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt. Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!
Charlie's a bad influence.
You know
on my
what these
life.
degenerates tell me?
The shit Charlie told me right now, bro. Kyle looked at
Charlie
me.
looked like Kermit when he's like, come to the dark side. I was like, what is this?
You'll never know what he said, but god damn it, dude. Trying to make me spiral here?
Trying to make Miguel relapse?
Just having a good time.
No, definitely. Wait. But you know, with Bitcoin, right? Like, I mean, you've got to flex. You got to flex that muscle. So that's why I started buying some coins. You know, buying a little arrow, some Tau. Finally, I didn't pull the trigger on Tau earlier when I was like, damn, this is a good price. I should buy. I think it did look like it was going to go lower, but my first instinct was like, I should probably buy here a little bit. I didn't. I hesitated, and then I just watched it go. I watched it climb, and then I was so pissed about it. I mean, you guys know this. I mean, I was on YouTube saying this. I was so mad about it. I was like, fuck, man. And I was saying this during the course and stuff. And then there's a lot of people when the last crypto mindset course, people were gun shy. We were telling people, hey, I think this is a good time to start the DCA. A lot of people were like, no, I want to maximize. I want to buy the exact low.
Yes.
And I would say maybe a quarter of people, maybe 15% of people just missed the really good prices. Most of the course listened and did buy, thank God. But
The one thing I would say that helped a lot of people in the course is because yes, they flinched a little bit when it came to Bitcoin price.
And we're talking about quarter two right now.
Yes. They flinched a little bit when it came to Bitcoin price and other things. But we were like, hey, no, we're breaking out here. This is positive. Buy.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that took a while because it was just going sideways for like 2 months was Aerodrome. The cool thing was everybody, by the time we said, okay, we're actively buying in this market, and Aerodrome's one of the tokens that we're buying, Aerodrome was one of the ones that took a little time to pump.
Correct.
So between 33 to 35 cent Aero, a lot of people got that.
Yeah.
And then we went up to, within the quarter, basically 55, 60 cent Aero, almost a 2x, like an 80, 90% increase essentially. And I would say the majority of the people of the course had a very good opportunity for that opportunity essentially, right? So we're going to have others like that this quarter where we're like, okay, now we're aggressively buying or we're aggressively making a move, whenever that ends up being. But once we do that, go for some higher quality tokens or high quality tokens that haven't yet pumped, that look like good setups essentially. And that's where the best swing trades of Q3 comes in for that webinar, because there's going to be some really good ones.
Yeah,
I think
there's going to be a lot of good. We have action, bro. Like, bro, we're going to make some, I don't know, we're going to make some fast money. Yeah, we probably are. But like,
who's against that?
I'm not against it.
I don't mind it.
I made a 20x on tendies.
Beautiful.
A chicken nugget coin.
Hey, chicken strips, my friend.
Chicken strips. Tendies.
I don't really remember but like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will say this, like Raising Cane's, bro, they just need to get more dipping sauce. This is my one.
Yes. More variety.
How do you
of
not
sauce.
have barbecue sauce? How is this possible?
Yeah.
How is this America?
This is why Culver's is better.
I have not tried that. What's
Culver's is very good.
Culver's is good.
Okay, I'll try.
But it's extremely fattening.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Very.
Yeah, because it's like it's like the delicious burgers / like they have their custard shop. They have like custard ice cream.
Culver's.
Okay, yeah, we've had them in Minnesota for a while. They're really quite good. But like, man, the amount of grease and like
butter burgers. Wow.
Yeah, butter burgers.
Exactly.
Wow. Frozen custard and butter burgers are their top two things. So not quite, if you're on a diet, but it is delicious.
Nothing the little like FDA approved drugs can't fix.
The only way to get lean is to take Ozempic or Retta. This is not a psyop. I let Big Pharma decide what I take for my health. You must listen to Big Pharma. They know what's best for me and my genetics. That's why they fund the FDA. It's for our safety. Yay! This reel was approved by the FDA.
Spanish Hooters.
Spanish Hooters.
I mean, I don't mind some Spanish Hooters every once in a while, but what do you call it? It's Culver's, Culvers.
Yes, Culver's.
But anyways, we digress.
We digress.
They have buffalo chicken tendies. I don't know.
You guys are see the honey dicking that's happening right now? They're trying to get me fat and shit. Like, it's like this bull market won't go until Miguel starts getting fat again. So I see the scheming these motherfuckers. Come to the dark side, Miguel. Fuck your calorie deficit.
It's like with half a meal, your calorie deficit is fucked basically.
Well, actually, that if you're not cutting too aggressively, that is true. Like one meal
fucks a week up.
No, not
it really
depends how bad the meal is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's like 1,000 over your calorie deficit,
like, I don't think you could get under 1,000 calorie meal at Culver's. I think it's impossible.
Actually, I could probably look.
One tender.
Yeah, you get one tendy.
Oh fuck, man.
I bet you even
it looks good.
It is really good. Even their fish and chips is probably unhealthy.
Kyle's looking at the nutritional value right now. Okay, what are we looking at?
It's not too bad.
For a meal, not just for one burger, but for a meal. Because like you're gonna include some drink with that, right?
Yeah, always gonna diet drink, you guys. Eat your calories, don't drink them.
Yeah, it's damn. Chili cheddar fries, $6.90.
See, even the fries are like
that sounds so good though.
I bulked all the chili cheese fries from Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. chili cheese fries. Come back,
bro.
please.
To be honest, Carl's Jr.'s burgers are pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're really good, man.
Double Western bacon burger never treats me wrong, man.
Definitely, man. But the go-to right now, like especially like if I'm like sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, I still have some fat left over. I can still eat it, and like I need protein. Like getting I don't know, going to In-N-Out, getting protein, getting Flying Dutchman and stuff. Those are good.
Yeah, you can kind of like they're small enough that you can kind of like increase them as or decrease them as much as you want, right? You can kind of pick and choose because they're not like you just eat one like single patty burger at In-N-Out. You're like,
it's not really.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's like 500. It's like 500
bad,
calories,
yeah.
400 something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Well, it depends if you put the spread. That shit's like 200 calories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? I don't even. Fuck, I'm reading it.
That is random, but okay. Should we read it? Just
read it. I just read that. I was like,
the second part throws me off.
Yeah, I got thrown off so bad.
So he says, "I'm glad you're live, seeing that the market for crypto next year will be bad. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. But would you rather invest in a non-consent form of F with Morgan Freeman 3 years after he was born, or take over the world? Like the second half, I'm like, what are you talking about, my friend?
This is an AI. Like, what did you use AI to write this shit? Like, what
yeah, I'm like,
this
so
makes
confused,
no sense.
So confused. But
what do you mean non-consent?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Would you rather invest in a non-consent form of fuck with Morgan Freeman?
So basically, he's just getting trolled for 3 years on random shit. I don't know. But at the end of the day, crypto's gonna basically hit its low by the time we get out of midterms.
Do you guys see what we deal with sometimes?
Sometimes.
AI federal plan.
It's revenge for the FDA post.
Oh my God.
The CIA is seizing in the background. They're like, damn, it didn't work.
Oh, man. Señor, ¿qué está pasando, cabrón? What's up, Franklin, St. Hex, man? How's the island treating you, brother? Yeah, man.
The beaches must be nice.
The beaches would be great, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When's the actual hurricane season for me never to go there?
I think it's like October, September. No?
Yeah,
but
okay,
that'd be
okay.
my guess. I don't know Puerto Rico like that.
Yeah. They just found like some plane that got lost like 70 years ago. They just found it. It was like some Pan Am flight or one. They just found it. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, he basically crashed.
August.
Nice. I got it.
Yeah.
August and September.
Yeah.
Well, the official hurricane season runs from June 1st.
That's when I would like to. I would like to go
November 30th.
September, November, December because I want to go when it's not as hot.
Yeah, like,
But
I wonder. Like, I heard in January, February, it's not bad. Like,
Yeah, probably.
like basically midwinter.
Never again in the middle of the summer, bro. I got caught in this rain because it rains all year. Anyway.
Yeah,
God
pretty
damn,
nice.
that's terrible.
And it's kind of dry too.
during the winter. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's not really that humid. Pretty nice actually.
Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico a couple times, and it's nice. I like Puerto Rico.
you know, I would say one of the only places in the world that I would say was sufficiently not overhyped when I've traveled there is Hawaii.
Really?
Because I expect
I have
like,
not been yet.
Like
Oh,
every
you've never been to Hawaii?
it's beautiful. Like
You have to.
yeah, it's great. But what I would say is a lot of places in the world they're overhyped for different reasons. When you travel there, you're like, okay, it's different from what I expected, but it's still cool. But like sometimes you're like, this is just trash. That's Thailand. But but what do you call it? Maybe if you go to the private islands, Thailand is great. But besides that, but anyways, Hawaii, I was expecting it to not be as cool as everybody says it is, right? I'm like, there's no way it's that cool, right? Everybody's like building it up on a pedestal. I'm like, yeah, I go to Hawaii a few times. I'm like, actually, it's pretty fucking dope.
Like you have a Hawaii moment when you're in the water and then you just see like schools of fishes and you're like, fuck, this is like a movie. It's like real.
This guy's a fucking retard. Instead of talking about countries you visited, talk about answering questions.
We literally answered the part of the question that was answerable.
That was fucking retarded.
Rewrite your shit, dog. Thoughts about Jasmine coin, a retard coin.
It's kind of shit. But it does make pumps every once in a while, so it's a coin I would trade.
Trade it for more Bitcoin later on. The new Bitcoin. Bro, stop, bro. Do you G?
If you would like more questions after this, super chat.
Super chat away, bro. Oh my God.
Get in the crypto mindset course. All will be answered. Even the incoherent.
Thoughts on Dentacoin, the new dentist coin. Bro, dentist.
It's coming back, I swear.
Bro, hilarious, man.
What if in the year 2045, finally dentists adopt blockchain technology and Dentacoin goes to like gajillions of dollars?
Who would have thought, bro? Damn, man. That's terrible. I mean, if you buy XRP cheap enough, yeah, it will do okay. But not my favorite, but it'll do. I think XLM.
It's not even in question form.
Yeah.
That's just
XRP. That's literally a statement.
It says XRP.
XRP.
Okay.
All right, here. Let me hit you. Let me hit you with a little XRP. I'll get some alpha for you on XRP. Let me mosey on down where the XRP alpha is.
I really think XRP could hit $10,000. XRP definitely could hit $10,000. BlackRock is about to buy $9 trillion worth of XRP. That's insane. Soulface, what do you think, bro?
Oh yeah, definitely 1,000%. XRP is about to hit $10,000, especially because of them going after the Swift banking system.
Okay, what do you think, bro?
Without a doubt, XRP to 10 bands, and the reason is XRP has intrinsic value. Bitcoin doesn't.
Okay, Mark, what do you think?
XRP $10,000? No question.
Okay, cool. Luke, what do you think?
Absolutely. Wisdom Tree just recently filed an ETF. It's going to go berserk.
Okay, cool. Sage, what do you think, bro?
I think XRP could 100% hit $10,000 simply if they just take over the Swift banking system, which will put their market cap well over 1.2 quadrillion.
There's your
1.2 quadrillion. What's that? Only 1% of the amount of money that's going to come in from Wall Street over the next 10 years. So is for sure a lock.
But that is all, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today, the bull market history. I hope we were able to kind of teach you. Actually, we actually did teach a lot about like kind of like what happens as coins age, quite a lot and stuff like that.
We may do more variations of crypto history.
Yeah.
You know, over time to kind of like layer in like what I did in 2019 during the second half of the year when it was kind of like bear market-ish vibes.
Right.
Go into more what do you call it? Kind of evergreen. Hey, you know, this type of information has been is around, but nobody talks about it essentially. So we may go into more content like that here in the next few days, but we will see. Tomorrow we will be on Cultivate Crypto and how to cultivate crypto.
Whoa.
2 at the same time, 2 channels at the same time, 1 user, 1 channel technically on Rumble. So go over to Rumble and hit Cultivate Crypto and how to cultivate crypto. I think right now we have 400 well, let's refresh one time. Yeah. 470 followers on how to cultivate crypto. Here, Kyle, I'll send you the link in the private chat. Oops, that was, there we go. So we have 170 followers for Cultivate Crypto and 470 followers for How to Cultivate Crypto. So let's get to, on How to Cultivate Crypto, 500, and let's get to 200 on Cultivate Crypto there on Rumble. The link is in the chat. We'll be live on there tomorrow, but also on Dollar Cost Crypto here on YouTube. So make sure to press like, subscribe here. We'll start here, but at some point we will rug YouTube tomorrow and go full Rumble.
There you go. Just put the link in the chat now. There you go. Yep.
I don't want the memes to destroy DCC's monetization.
Damn. That's crazy. But we shall see you guys tomorrow, man. And be sure to be in the Citadel, man. We're going to be answering some questions. I'm going to host another unrecorded live stream chat. And it's going to be we're going to answer some questions. And if you have some wild questions that like, damn, will you ever answer this question? I'll answer it in the Citadel. I definitely will, man. So peace. Have a good one.